Hello everyone! Welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a D&D actual play show about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I am your Dungeon Master, Matthew Foreman. I am joined by our usual cast of players. Before we start the recap of the stream, as always, remember to follow us on the stream tonight. Follow us on the stream tonight if you're enjoying it. Follow us on Twitch. We are racing to 50 followers, and we'll keep going long after that. Remember our friends at Animal Helper, a 501c3 in New Orleans that helps special needs animals. They do incredible work, really intensive long-term cases. They find homes, they do follow-ups, and they just do absolutely incredible work. Go to their Facebook page and find out how you can help, and follow them as well. When we last left our heroes, if you want to call them that, the party had just arrived back at Fort Mountain Hall after kind of sent themselves running, scared, and then came back to Fort Mountain Hall to investigate the activities of Professor Vasilier, a once ally of the party who has been up to no good, has been capturing Warforged who are on the run from Lady Catia's estate and dissecting them and putting experiments on Cthulhu. Cthulhu is the prototype Warforged who inhabits the soul, or consciousness, the scrambled consciousness of a long-dead sorcerer king. They did some investigation, met some of the local actors, and found their ways all the way down past the city into the Warrens, where they did a quick drug run.
I like you do.
And then made their way back up and met Confessor Wilhelm. They met with Confessor Wilhelm and decided to help him investigate Lady Catia's home to see what, if anything, was amok. And we start the scene with you guys are in front of Catia's house, and basically he's knocking. What do you wish to do, if anything?
I've also wanted to tell you, during our long rest, I attuned to the Rod of the Pact Keeper and unattuned to my cap.
Wow, okay. That's interesting. Okay, cool. So, Confessor Wilhelm is knocks on the door of a knocker that you had not used to investigate the manor before. After a brief waiting time, the door and Mr. M, the butler, who you met before, stands with, "Welcome to the manse of Lady Catia, the Baronetess of the Jeffron Avenue." Oh, I was not expecting a group. How can I help you? Oh, Confessor Wilhelm says, yes, I am here on behalf of the Ari and the Imperial Confessory to speak with Lady Catia. And he looks at you guys for confirmation.
I don't actually jump nod or anything. I'm just in there. Or who's looking at Mr. M or?
Confessor Wilhelm is looking at you guys, making sure he's on the right track.
Yeah.
Well, that. And I would also like to speak to one Professor Vasilier shortly after. Oh, a confessor, Mr. M says. I suppose we can accommodate you. We are rather busy with preparation for tonight's party. But anything for the Imperial Confessory. Wilhelm is like, very good. And these are my 4 associates. Mr. M opens the door even more into the grand entrance. Not that grand of an entrance, but an entrance nonetheless. And bids you to come in. It just...
That's so creepy. Sure.
Alrighty. The manse of Lady Catia, the Baroness of Jeffron Avenue, is beautiful. It is a renovated dwarven kind of goldish estate. Not gold everywhere, just the sconces of gold and the trappings of it. But the beautiful stonework is well maintained, unlike the exterior, which seemed to be a bit more worn. Everyone, roll perception. Just as you guys are kind of doing a quick look around.
And while I'm doing a look around, I'm going to turn on Comprehend Languages with my helm.
Okay. So you tap your helmet, which doesn't actually require you to verbal or somatic.
15.
11.
Okay.
17.
10.
17 and 15. So 17 and 15. You guys notice that a few of the draperies are a little worn, a little threaded while the stone is well polished and cleaned. And a lot of the gold looks relatively shiny. There's a bit of wear and tear on this place now that you're actually looking closer and over the initial outlay. You're in this foyer which has, we'll say two, actually I have the map, I'll just look at it. Two kind of pillar things, and there are two inanimate statues in the foreground, and a beautiful small that sits in the middle of this foyer on either side with two pillars that basically requires you then to go around it rather than just going straight forward to the door. A golden serpent. Not as large as the one you previously seen, but a golden serpent nonetheless, about 6 feet tall, ever so wide, occupies a single square. This is a statue to the god of the serpent, the god of the College of Whispers, and also the god to magic users and people of the old ways.
And this was the same serpent we saw in the Sorcerer King's abode.
Yeah, the serpent's been around a long time, so.
That vaguely came awake the last time I interacted with one.
Yeah, perhaps. So yeah, just a nice simple statue, and the statue is funnily placed between these kind of two pillar things, and again, you need to go around the statue in order to enter the rest of the home, and then you come back around. To your right seems to be some living room, probably even makes its way to the guest quarters, and to the left you can see and hear kind of the noise of the kitchen and whatnot. Mr. M says, "Oh, right this way," and he points to the entrance forward they have to go around for. We're not used to having visitors at this time of day. Nighttime activities keep us so busy. It's so nice to have company. And you guys push forward.
Not engaging with them at all.
Can you just one more time? What exactly was it about the draperies?
They were just kind of tattered and worn.
Okay.
They'd seen their better day.
Yep.
Threadbare.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys make your way through the house, and you eventually arrive to an unexpected sight. Whereas most baronetesses or baronets, such as keep a kind of a humble room to greet people, this is what seems to be taking up a good bulk of the mansion, a massive entertainment throne room like you would see among the halls of kings and dukes. There's a huge throne sitting in the far end, and raised up on either side of these high walls are tables, places where you can come up, climb stairs, have dinner, party, shoot the shit, and then there's a carpet and a lead up all the way up to her throne room. And there's two kind of even more menacing looking armored armors standing on either side of the throne room.
Yay!
Does anything in here also look like it's like a veneer covering, like trying to mask how worn it is?
Since you noticed the first time, roll perception.
18.
18 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only have +2.
Oh, right. It's more maintained, but you could see like a lot of the tables look pretty rough. Like they're really nice wood that have seen their better day. And they have all sorts of etchings and markings, and you even see like there's like maybe even like what seem to be like claw marks kind of at the bottom of one table. It's just like someone like a claw like stuck into the bottom of the table and like dragged, and there's like these little markings and things on the stone around you. And this reminds you of the houses that you used to use for war. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Seen so many scuffles that they start to look at, but this one has someone living in it. You got 18. Okay. There's no one on the throne. It's quiet and eerily empty. The slight stir of an unseen servant is in the background.
And it's unusual for someone of her status to have a throne in her home, correct?
Yeah, it's a huge throne room. Yeah, it's pretty unusual.
The room itself is one thing, but the throne on top of that is
it's all together just
quite
unusual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
it's one thing to have like a conference room or like a little throne, especially if you're if you're a council seat, like it's
Sure.
where people come for. But I mean, this is a pretty big city, but this is an extravagance to say the least.
What is the body language of the confessor?
Roll insight.
20.
He seems at ease, a bit nervous.
Okay.
I will summon Lady Catia. She is not expecting guests, but I will inform her that it is an urgent matter since there is a confessor. I greatly appreciate that. I apologize to disturb, but we were given a good tip and we felt the need to follow through. Of course. And Mr. M leaves. What do you wish to do?
Which door did he leave by?
There seems to be, you kind of didn't notice it at first, but back behind the throne room, there's like a little, like the stone kind of gives way, and he goes through it, it's a trap door, but apparently not a secret door.
I try to like make eye contact with you, and then I'm gonna like look knowingly at like the big claw mark underneath the table to try to draw your attention to it.
Roll perception with assistance. Advantage, sorry.
Oh.
It was a little...
Okay. Perception with assistance?
Yeah.
23.
So not only do you see what he is pointing out to you, see the rest of this and all this description. 23? There's a big, nice red and gold rug that runs through from where you guys are standing. And now that you're kind of rolling the perception and where they've spotted you, you're like the floor's a little uneven. You're like, oh, we're standing on a trap door.
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to immediately move off the trapdoor.
And it's like, and now you're like running your foot along, and you're like, oh, it's big.
Did you move anyone else off?
It's the whole... Well, yeah, I didn't notice.
So I probably don't have...
Like, you're able to run off of it, but it's like 2 paces before you do, like 10 feet. It's like a 10 by 10 or something.
Civilius. Gilly.
Yes.
I step over to where she's standing.
Yeah, I'll walk over.
What's up?
Did you go? Oh, did I go with you? I didn't notice.
I
So go with you.
I use message and I say, is there a problem?
We're standing in a trapdoor. Any magic?
I couldn't...
I convey that to you guys through message.
Yes. I don't think we have 10 minutes.
Okay. What about the confessor?
He's just standing there. There's something the matter, because you're like starting to mutter and
Right.
because there's something the matter.
Just interesting decor in this room. Wanted to see it, and I'll walk over to him and inform him he's standing on a trapdoor very quietly.
My goodness. And he steps forward a little bit.
I'm gonna
2 more
lackadaisically.
paces.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's not a crime to keep extra defenses, but that is very bizarre.
I don't foresee this going south, but I always feel awkward standing on trapdoors.
Me too. We are not in a play after all.
And
That's a fair point.
he wouldn't know thieves can't. I would imagine.
You can try.
I'm just really gonna quickly, subtly, in thieves can't say. Do you notice the signs of scuffle or a battle?
He replies, and thieves can't. I do.
Excellent.
Do I think I would have 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic as a ritual, or would that be like pushing it?
You can try. Go ahead and you can try, and you could roll perception to see basically if you can like drop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. If you roll perception, so if you'd like to try, you can roll perception to ensure that you can drop it so it doesn't seem weird. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stand inconspicuously somewhere where I can see the door he disappeared out of.
Okay.
And not have my back to any exits.
16?
16. Okay. So you begin chanting. You're like, quick, come on, I can do this faster. No, can't rush it. It's like baking a cake.
You can rush case.
Whatever. I don't take notes.
You try,
Eggs don't explode in your face.
you turn the oven up to 400 and then go from there.
Screw it. Let's microwave it.
Oh
And
God.
I
Broil.
say, I'll whisper to you, can you tell what made the scratches underneath that table? They do not look human.
Actually, on closer inspection, they do look human.
Oh, fuck.
Like someone, like there's like you fingernails just, and they were like dragged away, basically.
So as
In
I'm
23, yeah.
So while we have no one in the room, I will walk past all the tables and see if there's any like "help me" etched into any of them.
Several. In different languages.
And I have comprehend languages
Yep,
on.
exactly. Yep,
Which
exactly.
languages?
No.
Elvish, Common, Sylvan, Draconic, Celestial, Infernal, and one you don't recognize.
No. What?
They've been busy.
Christ.
Maybe the confess. Oh, I don't know.
Well, it's about that.
You complete Detect Magic.
Alright.
So I will answer your
Immediately, what you see. Well, obviously, the floor is trapped. Absolutely, it's trapped with
Yep.
magic. It's transmutation magic, which would probably allow it to kind of dissolve or something. Yep. The 2 suits of armor that guard, decked out with magic. Abjuration, evocation, transmutation, conjuration, necromancy,
Yeah, of course.
probably divination.
Necromancy's the bad one. So if I let the confessor know, like, here's your proof.
He says, "I'm sorry, what?"
I don't say that out loud. Like,
Oh.
I'll walk up close to him, avoiding the magic trapdoor, and I'll whisper in his ear, and I'll tell him, like, I've cast Detect Magic. The 2 statues have multiple magics, including necromancy, as well as this trapdoor is magically with abjuration.
Oh my goodness.
Transmutation.
Transmutation, sorry.
Well, there's no necromancy.
Yes.
Now, the tricky thing about necromancy is it is both to give life and to
Correct.
defile it.
So I don't know what kind it is. I'm just letting you know that there is
What?
some sort of magic on these statues.
Thank you,
As well as the
Silius.
floor.
You are... Nope.
No, no!
His eyes roll in the
I
back
don't
of his
see
head.
it. So he says that's very good to know. You rolled the 23 for that. What are all your passive perceptions?
16.
12.
14.
Only 12.
So you hear a voice. You guys are all kind of looking around, and like he's pointing, and he just stops. He stops for 1 second. He's like, "Yes, well, that's very good to know, Silius." He just stands there, and then you hear. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to convey to you
Yeah.
that the tables were all etched up in pretty much all the languages and point out to you that it's mostly human, lots of other things.
So real quick.
Yeah.
With Detect Magic,
Yes.
do I know that other people can tell I have Detect Magic going on myself right now?
No, not usually. There's usually at the initial part of casting. There's usually like a
A
glowing
flash.
blue eye thing.
Okay. But like basically I don't have to drop it to
No,
when
I
they
would
walk in the
I would
room.
say
I could
no.
just let it go.
Yeah.
It's 10 minutes and
Against an experienced arcanist, they might be able to tell.
Okay, perfect.
So, and then you guys hear like a, "Oh, hello," from the throne. And she's just sitting there.
It's been there the entire, like, okay.
She's like, "Mr. M told me that you needed to speak with me, Confessor." He's like looking at you. And he's like, "Oh, yes, I do need to speak with you. Yes." So, Confessor, Lady Catia, the Baronetess of the I keep wanting to say the Meadows of Jeffron Avenue, is a woefully plump woman with nice, brilliant red hair that is soft. Like she showered and she combed it a little, and it kind of sets very nicely. Her very round and gentle, pale face is welcoming and pleasing. Her smile is almost doll-like. A heavy-set woman, but still maintaining her wiles and her sex appeal, and has a kind of commanding presence to her. Charisma up the wazoo, this Lady Catia. Her smiles with her 2 perfect little dimples, and her nice high-fashion dress, but a little more old-fashioned high-fashion. Has like a nice big, I don't know what you call it, skirt, right?
Bustle.
Big bustle and a big skirt. And Just lots of saloon. It's not like the high collar and tight, stuff that they wear these days in Gish. So she's like, "Oh, well, I'm happy to clear any air or any problems that there are." He says, yes, well, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling too good. She's like, well, have a seat. She's like, we can certainly, I'm sure we can resolve this. Perhaps one of you could, take the lead a little bit while I collect myself.
What looks like is wrong with him?
Roll medicine.
Me. Okay.
Yeah, I can't help you there.
Right.
Is he afflicted by any sort of magic?
14.
No, it's not magic.
Okay.
It's not a spell anyway. 14. He just he looks like he might have a little bit of vertigo, like he's getting a little dizzy. He's setting himself back. He's not sure. If could one of you begin to talk to her, and I'll step in when I have a moment. And she and Lady Catia just sits expectantly on the throne. Can I help you guys?
I'm looking expectantly.
I can.
Which?
I'm not a dog.
We have
Man.
reason to suspect. I'm sorry. I've been. You want me to? I can.
What?
Yeah. We've recently come to information that you have been having issues with your Warforged servants fleeing the premises, and that you have recently hired a man known as Professor Vasilier. Is this true?
Well, yeah, all of that is true. I have been having quite a bit of difficulty keeping honest and good help that will fulfill their contracts. And I did enlist a professional to rein those men in. Well, those folk in.
How many Warforged would you say have attempted to flee your service within the last few months?
Oh, a few months? Several. Probably a dozen or more. It's hard to keep track. We, when they keep churning out and churning away. But recently here, 7 or 8, just within 2 weeks. I can't keep help.
Does that not seem
Insight?
suspicious to you?
Yeah.
Roll
Does she
insight.
seem like she's being dodgy, or like that she knows
Roll
what's
insight.
going on here?
18.
Same.
She's being dodgy.
Yeah.
Being dodgy. Good read.
Does that not seem suspicious to you?
Oh, it does. I thought maybe the supplier I had was out to get me or something. I mean, what are the odds of buying all these contracted Warforged and then they all just take up and run at the first sign of anything?
When I served in the military, there was a saying, people leave their bosses, not their jobs.
Me? I haven't done anything.
Really? No, I'm not saying that. I'm
What company did you purchase these from?
curious.
Well, mostly we're from Trivestment Tower. Well, they're the financial managing partner. Yeah. Hmm?
Mostly? Where are the others from?
A few on auction here and there.
Trivestment Tower is a player that's part of Duplass.
It's not quite her, but it's the Trivestment Tower is actually 3 financial holdings all combined in one place.
And one of them is Duplass.
Yes, one of them is Dupla, yes.
Mother.
You would not happen
She
to
said
have...
that once.
Nice, good memory. You would not happen to have any Warforged that you have contracted who are still in your employ that we could speak with?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do. Would you like me to go get him? I feel terrible that this has caused such a drama. I've been beside myself.
Indeed, you seem to be.
He's...
What would you know of the activities of Professor Vasilier once he has captured these rogue Warforged? It seems quite unfortunate that none of them have been taken alive.
Well, bounty hunting, I wouldn't know anything about it, but bounty hunting is awfully dangerous work. I'm just thankful to have someone to at least try to bring in these contracts. I want is to give people a good home. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Insight?
Yeah, go ahead and roll
Yeah.
insight.
Oh, me too. Can I? I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
9.
I'm just assuming that I
14.
don't believe her.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you guys.
I know.
You can always.
But I want to like catch her in the lie.
She's not proactively trying to convince you, so it's
Right, yeah.
there's a little wiggle room here. I mean, looking at her and as you're trying to kind of give a read on her, man, she's hard to read. You guys caught her there for a second, but now she seems to have gained ground on you. And even though you know what you know, even her performance here is making you doubt. You're a little bit doubting, but you know what you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are the plausible scenarios here?
If I auspiciously look around the room, is there anyone that has joined us besides her? Because she was there.
Roll 1 second. Roll perception.
Your detect magic.
It is.
Do you see anything?
Okay.
Did she look magic at all or anything?
22.
22. No one's joined you. You give it a really good look. No one's joined you. Is there anything magical on here? That is an excellent question.
She lit up. Or anything.
One that I am about to answer.
Like Christmas.
Wrong tab. She is probably... Yeah, she is. She has conjuration?
That face.
She has a minor magical enchantment on her. That's what I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's not like,
Got it.
She's not decked out.
So, I have 2 more questions. One of them's a little metagamey. I apologize.
That's alright, you can try.
How much sunlight is coming through the windows?
Oh, absolutely none. You're underground. Sunlight doesn't touch Fort Mountain Hall.
That's right.
And now the other shoe drops.
And then,
This is what I told her. It
what
was,
does the confessor look like now that he's hung back a minute?
He's just like beside himself, like thinking.
I'm just gonna walk over to the confessor and see if he's okay.
You kind of play. He's like, I'll be okay. I'm trying to see where this will be. He gives you a little wink.
Can I charm person on Lady Catia?
Yeah, you can certainly try.
Fuck me.
Would you like to try?
I mean,
I
does that one tell you whether or not
I mean, she'll cast a
she'll
spell.
know.
Yeah, everyone.
She'll know. She knows at
And
the
you
end
do
of the day.
know and you're casting
Yeah.
a spell in plain sight.
Might be
Real quick.
escalation.
real quick. I'm just going to after I hear that from Professor Vasilier. I'm sorry,
Confessor
Professor Wilhelm. My God, sorry.
Vasilier.
Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous tonight. I just kind of, I'll just walk. How far forward can I get to her? Can I get to within?
So you guys are
10 feet
past
of
that. I
her?
don't know why I don't just reflexively pull up maps. I'm the worst. You are actually pretty close. We'll say you guys are. So if you're past the trap door,
Yes.
you are 30 feet even from her. Dead 30 feet. You can. No. The moment. Yeah, that's actually as close as you can get. Any more will get you up to the stairs, and that scene is you don't do that. You don't get on the
Right.
stairs.
Okay. Never mind.
So,
I was thinking was not.
My
not going
my
to work.
boy Fleetfoot, he's my most recent hire. He's like my messenger. And he's out on an errand right now, but he'll be back in time for the party.
You have a party happening tonight.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. I open up my home to the downtrodden and the oppressed, and I feed them. I take care of them. I offer some of them. I try to find them work. I'm only a baronetess. I only have so many means and so much money. Especially times are tough because of the war ramping up and all, potential war. So yeah, I just try to help out when I can.
That's the first time anyone said war, right? Next
Yeah,
to us.
in your presence, yeah.
War again so soon?
I mean, I'm not a psychic, but I'm just reading the tea leaves here.
When she was talking about opening up her home and being kind and generous and all that, was she being straight with it?
roll insight. Insight check. Insight check. Insight check.
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
15.
Say no.
No. You believe her. I mean, you more or less, she is sincere in her words.
I mean, that's kind of what I said before, but
Do you know what activities Professor Vasilier is doing in his lab with the remains of the Warforged, which he so kindly brings back after his bounty?
Oh, I don't know much all that. He asked me to build him a workshop, so I did as part of our contract. Yeah, he works on things.
It seems to be, how would I put it? Well, I guess bluntly is the only way. Rather suspicious that you would have such a problem with your work fleeing that you would have to professionally contract someone and build him a workshop permanently on your estate.
Well, when you put it like that, well, let's clear the air here. I mean, if you guys are suspicious of me, come back tonight and see how things are here. I would love to host you all. I'm sorry that we have to meet like this. Professor Vasilier's in the carriage house. Go talk to him.
He did not answer the door.
Oh. Well, maybe he's out on an errand. To host such an esteemed guest as Sovelius would be tremendous for me.
Did we introduce ourselves?
No. Most people can recognize him on sight.
Yeah.
He's the most...
I don't hide
Yeah. He's the most famous elf in existence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't.
I mean, for hosting such a party, this place seems a bit dirty, if I might say.
Oh, well, I've had trouble keeping... I am very sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I've had trouble keeping help.
Sorry.
That's pretty great. It's wonderful. Man. Okay, I have nothing else to say. To that. For how long have you been having trouble maintaining your health?
Recently here, since I switched to the Warforged, a few months.
Who were you using before then?
Humans, elves, tieflings, Asimir.
I'm happy you like it.
Showing off you could show it off at the break.
Yeah.
No, this is my new face.
Okay.
Because I can't quit smiling. You people are hilarious.
I know, I'm having such trouble containing myself right now.
It's alright.
Tensions are high.
Yeah, she says, tieflings, anyone that would come around and for help, elves, anyone.
And what of them? What happened to that help?
Do you have a list of names for us that we can interview them too?
Goodness, let me go get Mr. M. How about that? He handles this stuff.
Please do.
Okay.
As she walks away, is there anything weird or otherworldly about her
She's
that Eurysidro might notice?
she's she's graceful.
And also, when she walks away, where does she go? Does she go within 10 feet of me?
No, she gets up off the throne and walks to the trapdoor. She would not be within 10 feet.
So
You're
she
30
walks
feet
further
from her.
away.
Yeah, she goes into the back again.
Okay.
Stone door.
This is stone door that's behind it.
You have about a minute or two before she comes back.
Mentally, really quick, I'll let them talk. I'm going to reach out. Mrs. Kilgast, are you there?
Absolutely.
I think that this might be close to the bounds of our contract.
It's certainly getting there. She does qualify as Gishari nobility.
Would you like to take a look around?
Absolutely. Letting me off my leash a bit?
Yes.
And you just feel this presence from your shoulder lift.
Oh, fuck. And I use message to just relay that that the confessor is just trying to be unassuming and take stock of things. He's okay.
Got it.
Did we... Quick question, because Chase lost track. Did we point out, the pleas for help etched into the bottoms of the tables to the...
No, we
confessor?
Not yet.
We still don't know about it, because she only shared that with you.
Okay.
Because Matthew showed up.
Right.
So, I'm going to mentally relay that to you via message.
You
He's
mean
sitting at one of the tables.
in the response to when I tell you?
Exactly.
So then
I want us to tell him that via message. So
I'll message it to the confessor and to Sibelius. Too much going on with the names.
Don't
I
message
can't.
Sibelius.
pulled together. Wilhelm Vasily.
Yes.
So, yeah, you're informed of the cries for help.
Does Wilhelm seem to react
Yeah,
to
did
that?
he respond to me?
Can
at
I
all
wander
when
over
I said
to
that to him?
Go ahead.
Can I wander over to one of the tables and like look for them and?
They're up. You have to like go around and go up like I think 20 feet or so. Like they're up a
Oh,
staircase.
they're up on the side.
Yeah, you can take a
okay.
stair. There's stairs when you first enter the room, and you have to walk. So you have to walk back up towards the entrance, past the trap door, and then go up or fly
Got
up
it.
there or whatever. Yeah.
All right.
So, Wilhelm says, "Lady." He has a pretty discerning eye up north, up to the tables. He's like, "Good to know. We're building a case here."
Oh no.
So,
I just ask him for any advice on how to steer the conversation through message.
you're doing very well.
Well, I'm not doing it, but just okay. You're doing great, Justice. Keep it up. I say in message.
Just nod.
After a few minutes, Lady Catia and Mr. M. Yep.
One last thing before
Yeah,
I
go
go in, I'll say, please relate to Confessor. It would not be advisable to tip our hand in terms of the hidden messages, would it?
Okay.
I'm a professional.
Yeah. He said he's a professional.
Okay.
I'm just making sure I'm not going to say anything or like, what about this? And like flip the table over.
Don't forget.
I might have been
Thieves'
planning
Camp.
to do that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, you can still actually talk to him in Thieves' Camp.
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Thank you.
That would be a flair for the dramatic.
Yep. So, Mr. M comes back with Lady Catia. She's like, Mr. M, they were asking all sorts of things about past employees list, dates and times, perhaps. They're awfully worried about our human resources problem. He goes, oh, well, I can definitely get that information for you. Our record-keeping system isn't as sophisticated as others. It will take some time. I hope that's understandable.
What sort of time frame are you referring to then?
I can get it to you by the end of the day. It'll be my priority. I still think you should come back for the party. And Lady Catia goes, you should.
Will Professor Vasily be there?
I can invite him.
Put your doe eyes away, Matthew.
If you have too much to do getting ready for your party this evening, if you point us in the right direction, we might be able to sort your system.
I'm afraid that would go a bridge too far. We do need to maintain our records. And this is all very last minute. And there's been no formal charges. Confessor goes, no, of course not. This is just a simple inquiry. And we, by the end of the day, would be more than adequate, I feel.
Okay.
Mr. M, please do tell, what was the motivation to stop using, I guess I would call it, I don't know, living or mortal help and to try to move to Warforged? You seem to be having trouble keeping any help.
He looks at you and says, pertinent question. I would say... And he is stepping down the stairs now towards you. I would say...
How far away is he?
He is 20 feet from you.
Okay.
He's just kind of down in front of Lady Catia. New horizons.
Would you care to elaborate? That is quite vague.
It's just... I mean, human help is expensive. You have to feed them, clothe them, that sort of thing. Warforged don't eat. Food is the #1 cost to running any mansion, Sevilius can tell you.
Yes. What happened to the previous living help that you had?
We paid for them for schooling or new work, found them new work, all sorts of things like that.
What sorts of new work?
Mining is very fruitful in this town. I believe one became a banker, the other an apprentice to a blacksmith. Various.
And
Do you know any of those names off the top of your head that we can speak with?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I can get you the documents.
Perfect.
You don't remember the last person you hired before you started getting Warforged?
It's been some months. The last person I hired?
I personally remember the name of all of my help that I had. They were like family to me.
Kevin Anders.
And where's he now?
I believe he became a banker.
it does seem odd, though, if the motivation of hiring Warforged is reduced cost, and yet now you incur the professional costs of a bounty hunter, whom you have on retainer and long-term contract.
And built a workshop for.
On your own property.
That seems quite pricey.
Oh my goodness, you've
I would
come
know.
all the accusations. These,
I don't believe that we've made any accusations. We're just asking questions.
I believe you used something like... What? How did you describe it? It's what?
It seems suspicious.
Yeah, that's an accusation. Bringing me back to my point. We are restructuring our house, and we can't let someone be free and be a criminal. That they become our responsibility. It's not our fault that certain kinds of people, able to you justice, have issues maintaining contract.
Seems like a failing of the people maintaining the contracts.
I'm sure you'll discover it's not. Now, if that is all, I'll go and prepare those documents, and you can all come back for a party, which I suspect a few of you will be ready to apologize.
So, has he been up front this whole time?
Roll insight.
Yeah.
What'd you want, Robert?
I'll let her finish her.
Okay.
Was not great. 11.
Hard to read. He doesn't give a lot away.
So, yes, if we do come back for the party, I hope you'll clean this up, and I'll wipe my hands along one of the tables. Be like, oh, well, what does this say? Like, it's in another language. I can't understand it. You should clean up all these writings.
He looks over and is like, I'm not familiar with that language either.
Oh. Is Lady Catia know?
Oh, I'm not much of a scholar.
No. Would one of you know? I mean, somebody must be able to read this.
That ain't me, guys.
That's what we were gonna do.
You should really send these tables down.
What language is it that he's pointing at?
I don't know, just whatever random one.
Let's say infernal.
I can't read that. It looks quite infernal to me.
It does.
I mean, we've had a number of tiefling guests.
Exactly, as you said.
Yes.
But I mean, if you're expecting guests over, to have your estate in such an affair.
Well then, we will do our level best to impress you with everything you will witness tonight.
I appreciate it.
Insight.
Roll insight.
Oh, there's so much snark. I love it.
Is that cocked?
That's good.
Yeah.
It looks like even.
Yeah.
Okay. Insight? That's a 19.
Okay. He's peeved. He's peeved. He's getting irritated by like the.
He's a terrible butler. Their house is not in order.
Man, they just can't keep good help apparently.
And they're hosting parties every week, and here we are. And this rundown.
To the
downtrodden and oppressed.
We'll find a way to read it tonight.
Unless they destroy the evidence between now and then.
So.
We'll find a way to read it
No,
tonight.
what's it say? Professor Wilhelm says, well, my new training deputies has done very well today. I feel very good about tonight's party, and we will bid you adieu, Lady Catia, the Baroness of Jeffron Avenue. And he gives like a very gentle bow.
I will match it just a hair deeper.
I don't bow at all.
All right.
I match his.
Well, I look forward to you all coming to the party. And you guys begin to leave.
Is there was it just those two people besides us this whole time in the room?
Yeah, Mr. Emin. Yep.
Can you avoid the
I
trap
actively avoid
as
the
you
trap door.
walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pointedly.
Pointedly, like obviously.
That's interesting. So she see you guys just make her
We're
trap,
all going to go around
Yep.
that trap door.
and you hear as you exit the room.
Was the snake serpent in the front magical?
Oh,
I'll ask this as we leave.
As we leave, is the snake magical?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure it took longer than 10 minutes, but I will just tell you it is magical. The faint, I'll give it to you, just the faint.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me the type. It's just
Yeah. Yep.
And had he seen anything on Mr. M light up?
No.
Okay.
So, she's like, you hear telepathically as you feel like a on your shoulder. Did a quick scan. Oh, she's got some secrets.
Any worth dying for?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
I'm quite open-minded.
You're not ready for what I saw.
Try me.
All in due time.
Oh.
So, you guys exit Jeffron Avenue, and Professor Wilhelm says, you did very well. I was able to observe a great deal of her behavior, and his. I do feel they have violated the law on a number of occasions. Obviously, their story was bullshit, and I would like to enlist.
The place was filthy. There has to be a law.
Well, you know,
I
you
mean-
can't just go around defending everybody. You know,
Yeah.
there's something to be said for
We're away
for
from the house now,
niceties and politeness.
Yes.
So no one
They're
followed
gish,
us
they
out of
don't-
the
You guys are
house.
outside the gate. No one's followed you outside of it.
Okay.
And he says, now,
Perhaps we should step away from the premises before we speak so freely.
sure. And he exits the gate, and blah, blah. So, as you guys are walking out of the Jeffron Avenue, I would like to enlist some more help on this, if you do not mind.
What
Of
sort-
course.
What sort of help?
Well, perhaps some additional muscle on this matter.
Are we
And what sort
coming
of
back to the party tonight?
Yes, absolutely.
and
Which
what
I
sort
expect
of
is a trap.
what sort of compensation will we be talking about here?
For you all?
For
Oh,
being enlisted as deputies.
well, I was talking about another person. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But and you have been enlisted as
Oh.
deputies.
Sorry.
And we can of course discuss payment. I would never have you do business without being paid.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the more the merrier that can come along.
Yes, and who are you speaking of then?
Well, since he is the one who alerted my attention to the matter, I suppose we could invite Dominus Epsilon.
He would likely enjoy such a party, I'm sure.
Yes, and he did alert me. This is kind of his dog to hunt, if you will. So, I thought I could alert him, get him all spruced up, and we could all attend the party together. Does that sound amenable to you? I almost did.
I know. It's become a thing.
I'm like a god, and every time somebody misuses it, I gain a little bit more power.
Stop it.
Would it be useful to have someone that she is not familiar with, someone that she does not suspect at the party?
I'm not sure what you mean. She doesn't know Dominus Epsilon. I mean, he's a noble, or she's a noble. He's the captain of the city guard. They're not. It's like they're friends.
I'm saying a plant.
At least two of us can show up not as ourselves.
Oh yes. Oh, if you are capable, I don't know your capabilities. If you're capable of disguising yourselves, you absolutely should.
I think it's a slightly different question than what Justice was suggesting, but...
No, that's literally what I was suggesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like
at
someone
least-
other than Dominus Epsilon.
No, I was trying to be subtle about not telling him, like, I can disguise myself. I'm just saying that. Yeah.
At least two of us.
I'll be going as myself.
As
we
will
would
I.
Of
expect
course.
nothing
It would
else.
be a red flag if you did not show up.
Correct.
And I'll be me as well.
Certainly. Well, I will leave you to work on your disguises, and I will go alert Dominus Epsilon of tonight's events.
We'll be staying at the same inn you found us in earlier.
Of course.
Are there any sorts of preparations or precautions you advise?
Oh, come armed, of course.
Well, of course, but any specific spells or
Anything used to subdue or restrain.
Okay.
I'm good at restraint.
We certainly wouldn't want to jump the gun and kill her. We need to perform a full inquiry here.
Do you have any theories at the moment?
I do not. I expect that she is perhaps some sort of practitioner of the arcane arts. A necromancer is my suspicion. And that she has been pushing the boundaries of known necromancy. Warforged are not capable of being raised as undead, but the person who could figure that particular puzzle out would be legendary for her skills.
How does Professor Vaselier come into all of this if she's
He might be the person who can figure that part of it out.
But
Correct.
he's not.
But maybe he is.
Maybe he's trying with Kathunk's help.
He's an artificer. And
Cthulhu could be merely
and a
a side
wizard.
project. Using the leftovers.
That's dark.
When you say leftovers, Wilhelm's like, oh my goodness. That would make sense. The Project A is what he's really been enlisted for. Project B is just an added bonus, which got him to sign on and perform illegal activity in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And since he's seemed on the up and up this whole time, right?
Ooh, wait.
The Confessor.
You guys have read him a few times.
We're pretty certain that Professor Vaselier is under magical means of madness.
Really?
we had told
Catia,
him that,
we-
right? Yes. In the morning?
I might have mentioned
Might.
it, but we
That
also
we
mentioned
suspected,
it.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
We just
so
Okay.
as we come back around to this, I think he's under madness and he
Yes.
is accompanied by someone that has immense power and only appears to be gaining more.
Well then, Dominus Epsilon will certainly help us in this endeavor. He is quite strong.
Both if we could, we feel that if we could cure Professor Vaselier of his madness, both him and his potential ally are open
Patriot?
for parley and negotiable.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Catia's, this is a wrench we didn't see.
I see. Well, then if that is the case, then if we confront Professor Vasilier and things come to blows, focus on not killing him, but subduing him, till we can get him some help. Perhaps the Vice Examitor or the Examitor Thomas could help him. And I cannot remember the Examitor's name. I think it was like, not Oprah. It was like Pora or something. Should have watched the stream. Yeah.
Watch your own spreadsheet.
I usually do. I
Oprah.
I've been neglecting.
You
get a great
It was
restoration.
okra.
Get a
Yeah.
greater
Yeah.
She's her cousin is Oprah.
I
I'll
don't
get a greater
I don't take
restoration than
notes.
you.
We'll just say it's Pora. Vice Examiner Pora.
Okay.
I don't remember her name. So, you guys go back to the inn, or what are you doing?
We did our shopping, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to do an additional shopping real quick?
No.
Doesn't have to be a whole thing.
I don't think so.
I don't think I need anything.
I have some information, and I'm guessing Lady Catia isn't ready to share gory details with me.
We're distracted by paper.
Wait,
Hold
no,
on,
there.
guys.
Yeah, I see it. I see
Put
it.
the face back on.
It was a crude drawing of like something inappropriate. I'm guessing Lady Catia isn't going to give me any additional details.
Not yet.
Okay, that's fine. I do have some information. Once we're back at the inn and like kind of on our own. I was visited by a member of my order, and I was warned that there is a vampire.
Do you think we should have this conversation in the hut?
Okay, I mean we're back.
Or not?
What's up?
Yes or no? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
We put the hut up then. Okay,
Yeah. Mhm.
you're having this conversation.
I've been warned by a member of my order that there is a vampire that needs to be dealt with.
Anything else?
A vampire. Have I ever heard of vampires being in nobility and society and all that?
Roll religion or history. Oh, it's about society? Roll history.
Okay.
We're in a system.
Me. 11. Rolled a damn 4.
Listen,
You're not helping me.
whatever people might think about Gashari, they don't abide by the undead or vampires.
We don't allow vampires in our societies, guys.
Do they allow
What do you
vampires in the
mean?
mountains of Draska?
Roll history.
If,
With advantage.
if there's a vampire around, we've got to take care of it. This can't stand. This will not stand. 12. We're
We're
really
like 9
great.
and a 10.
Oh, God.
You have no you don't know of any prominent example. It's not commonplace for freaking sure. It's not like the Iron Authority is a bunch of vampires.
No, okay. I just was assuming the middle of Draska probably doesn't get too much light, and it's the middle of Draska.
Yeah, but it's not like there's probably vampires in the Uris, but it's not accepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did not give me much more specific information. However, it seemed that it was implied that I would be on a trajectory that could bring me into contact with said vampire.
And what is your mission?
Destroy it.
Seems
That's a good mission.
reasonable. Was there any other information?
None that I find is pertinent, although he did mention that there would be an Inquisitor.
Like
The
the confessor?
Yeah!
Jeez.
Jeez.
You guys have been around each other too long. Yes, it does seem to be quite coincidental that he would mention that there would be some sort of Inquisitor, and then shortly thereafter we would meet a confessor.
Was it implicated that the Inquisitor was as terrible as the vampire?
There was no judgment passed either way.
Okay, so we could still potentially trust the confessor. Provided we trust you.
That is my take on it. I would not have divulged as much information if I did not feel he was trustworthy, as much as a confessor can be.
Just out of game, what was the other one that you were?
The champion.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Which is Dominus. of
Yeah.
course.
Yep.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
moving
Okay.
on.
So, and yeah. He did tell me of that mark and one other, however, I felt that the vampire seems to be the most
Important.
important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I only say that because of recent events, things seem to fall into place. I do not believe that he would inform me of such if it wasn't possible we would encounter one. So perhaps, if there's anything that we can do to prepare, I still have a potion, I still have a vial of holy water that we gathered much earlier in our endeavors, but
I do as well.
I do not know what
I
means to use against such a creature.
have a potion of mind reading. If anyone would like to read minds.
I also can detect thoughts. I
Oh,
think that's the
I think
spell
that's what
version
this
of that
does.
potion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is concentration though.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
So sorry.
That's fine. Don't fall in.
We should use this moment to talk to the chat. Actually, we should. Let's see who's up. Do you want to do it?
You want to share your face?
Oh yeah. So I may or may not have almost completed another revolution around the sun. So these awesome people. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going.
I don't understand.
I'm
this
looking at
sentence.
chat.
But I ended up with the most adorable dice bag on the planet. And this will be now my face if I ever need to be serious, and I can't be serious.
You might have to hold
Do
it
you want to hold
closer
it closer?
to the behind one.
I can't tell if I'm
There's a little
taller.
I think it's
delay,
working.
so.
Yeah, it's a
Hold
delay.
on. I'm just gonna stand here like a crazy person. Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Hey,
Yay,
it worked,
that
it
worked.
worked.
Bring it down.
Woo!
Lower.
Okay, I got
Lower.
it.
Oh my god, the
It takes
delay.
us a little bit to check to see if it worked. Yay!
Thanks, Twitch, for delay.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying.
Alrighty.
So people are saying that the confessor is a thrall. Salty Salty K75 says that he's a thrall.
I shared my dice back.
I heard, yeah.
Yes.
And apparently, Justice laughing would be very creepy.
Oh, it would be absolutely creepy. We've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
He's one of those really ugly laughers.
Like Data, just.
Oh my god.
That's great. I love the to the right, to the left. It makes me happy.
Alrighty.
Alright, bringing it back in.
I have a potion of mind reading, and I have equipped my ability to hold a person. I can do that a couple of times if need be.
Would hold person work on a vampire?
Yes?
No.
No?
No, they're
No,
undead.
no.
They're undead.
No, so charm person probably wouldn't work on them either.
Nope.
If she's covered in metal, I can heat her up.
Yep.
I have protection from good and evil, and I can only protect one person at a time. It's concentration, and it provides a good amount of protection against undead. If someone here is actually a vampire, I can tell you what it does. It can prevent you from being charmed.
Mm-hmm.
They get a disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You can't be frightened or possessed by them either.
Yep.
So,
So
for something like charm person, or I don't know enough about vampires in this world to know if they have like a charming aura of some sort.
Roll religion.
I'll help you because I want to know anything I can about vampires.
Okay. These dice hate me. Oh, that's better. 20.
Yeah, so
yeah, 20.
yeah, so actually there are absolutely vampires, a full-fledged vampire. There's lots of different kinds, but a full-fledged a vampire of their own right can charm people. More frighteningly, that this charm is not like your kind of vulgar first-level spell. It can be done with the simplest of gestures, and that the person would have no knowledge that they were charmed. A simple glance.
If you have blocked them from your mind, can they charm you still?
It depends on what means you're using to block them from mind, but the effect would have to specifically eliminate charm. It's not a telepathic effect. It's a simple look is all it takes for a vampire to charm you. And it's why they're considered so dangerous. They can infiltrate highest tiers of society and make people do their bidding.
Would counter charm be helpful then?
Yeah, it's a charm effect.
Okay.
It would give you advantage on the saving throw.
Okay.
See, I've already equipped all my spells for the day, so that's pretty much what I've got. So I can dispel magic once. I can charm anything considering a person, such as Vesalier. I can hold anything that looks like a person. And I can give us stuff. And I can make it difficult for them to move.
And then, there's a lot of information all at once. Did you say anything about damage types?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So, to give you an idea, your daylight spell will not do anything to a vampire, just so you know. Just so you don't fall into that trap. Daylight doesn't actually produce sunlight.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want you to be like, daylight! I'm like, no, don't! It's a total trap.
Your
But
anchor
what about-
chefs and throw it.
How effective would Moonbeam be?
Decently effective, probably not especially effective. They're not known to be, like, vulnerable to radiant magic. It just works on them.
Okay.
Yeah. Set them on fire, decapitation, running water. Those are the things you're going to be looking
I
for.
can create a bucket of water.
Not the same.
No.
No, you put
What if
legs
you
on
run
it.
with it?
You put legs on it.
What about that tidal wave sort of thing that you did before?
I traded that out for Thunderwave.
Oh.
I do have a question. Is there any materials? I mean, I'm assuming holy water is effective against them from what we were briefed in the military. Are there any other materials to which they are susceptible? Cooking spices.
Yeah, the garlic thing is a myth.
I'm sure any divine magic or
What would happen if you attempted to heal one?
You would heal them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't
I think
that
healing
helps.
magic just heals them.
Unfortunate.
I mean, if if there are things that go south, I do have some daggers, and I'm a terrible shot. But I could heat up daggers and throw them. And
no. You could heat up one of Justice's daggers. Justice could throw the dagger and then you could heat it.
I can heat pretty
Sunk
much
right
all
into
metal.
We are at 50 followers.
Like, the balloons start to fall.
They're so
They're
just like
they're all like deflated. Yeah.
So Side Quest Live.
Thank you, SideQuest
Thank you,
Live.
SideQuest.
Who I think you're also following us on Instagram.
Which is
So
good, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Egypt something.
Thank you, Egypt. Thank you to the country of Egypt for following us.
I saw the name earlier in my.
I will be pronounced King of Egypt soon.
That's not how Egypt or kingdoms work.
Oh, dang. I should do some research.
Yeah, it's not like you're running a kingdom or anything.
Yeah.
Perhaps
And
while we
we'll have a sub button soon. Soon.
Soon
TM. So be on the lookout for our sub button.
Yeah.
Perhaps
So-
if we could speak with the religious leadership in which we've established some kind of rapport, they might know more. We do have some time to prepare.
Do we want to take this as sort of a, we're having some scholarly research, or we think that somebody might be a vampire, we need to prepare ourselves?
Well, we left them in a bit of a hurry
How to
last
talk
time.
do we need to? Well, you know what? They kind of didn't take all of the money that they were supposed to take. From
No.
Yeah, let's not go back
No. Can you reach out to Morgan without? She's been around a long time.
We can get back to Glitch.
I do not mean to,
I mean, Glitch
what
is
is
here.
the term, cry wolf. However, I simply feel, I do not think that my associate would give me this information if I wasn't likely to encounter it. It seems coincidental given recent events.
Correct. So I'm going to spend this time to do something very important. I'm going to go
Getting
back to the
ready.
hotel room and get ready for this party.
Yes.
I thought we
I have
were
to
at
be
the
on
hotel.
point.
Yeah, we
His
are.
bed, his
room.
in your
Okay.
bed.
Go
my
ahead
room.
and roll
Just
dexterity plus proficiency to see how good your outfit is. Or intelligence plus proficiency.
So if we're not going to garner any information or buy anything, I was.
We can talk to Glitch and
With
see what he
advantage
knows.
since you're
Would
taking
you
extra
like
time.
to?
Yeah,
Since
we
it's here, he's here.
You want to come with?
Same number.
I was going to get assistance with a disguise.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll try to gather some information then.
Perfect. I think we have as
16.
much as we're gonna get.
You look pretty good. You're not totally happy with it. There's a few improvements you can make, but by the end of it, you feel like you look sharp.
Perfect.
Sorry, I was handling a very critical role. For
I
him.
know, it was
Critical.
It's important. Our channel's been taken down.
Oh no!
Matthew Mercer, like summoned, comes through the window behind you.
Matthew Mercer's just there.
Yeah.
Marisha, they're just like, you cannot.
All right. What were you gonna say?
So I wanted to speak with Glitch and see if he knows anything about vampires or how I can get.
Do you go
better
downstairs to talk to
information.
him?
No, I just talk to him wherever.
You ask him to come into the hut, or
Yeah.
he's downstairs.
Come
keeping
into my
guard,
hut.
so.
A message, come into my hut.
The door kicked open.
Come into my hut. My parents aren't out.
So Glitch, dimension doors up.
My mind.
Dimension doors is
No.
amazing.
He does come pretty quickly though. He's like, I was told to come. He shuts the door behind him.
obviously
Are there other
didn't-
people in the
I
room?
didn't quite say it like that.
Yes.
Oh, he looks over. He's like, well, I mean,
I just
I'm game if you are, but I'm not sure.
Just
Start popping my knuckles.
So I'm gonna tap Justice on the shoulder, and I'm going to.
Okay. I'll vacate with her.
All right. Thought we were
take
taking our-
Kendall with me.
Would you say you take your barrel with you?
Ken doll.
Oh, Kendall with you. I thought you meant the gunpowder barrel. You're just gonna
We could thunderwave that shit.
Do you want to try to sneak the barrel in? Oh, we'll get there. You guys can think about it. Okay. Gilly, he's like, I mean, is there something I can help you with, my fair lady? I thought we were taking our relationship to the next level.
not quite at that. Don't know about that particular direction. Anyway, I unfortunately, some business sorts of questions for you. Do you know anything about vampires?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I do.
Can you share, please? Pretty please, pretty
Yeah,
please.
So in the land of the cold unending, the vampire's a bit different there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much you know about Morgan's relationship to the
To the what?
to vampires.
No.
What?
What do I know?
So in the land of the in the material plane in the material plane in the material plane the vampires are mostly associated with Modru. That's how they're made. You undertake a ritual under a blood moon, either fabricated or real, and by burying a body and doing all these things, and then that creates vampires. In the land of the cold unending, they're a bit different. They're a bit different. Morgan can grant the gift of unlife to a soul that seeks vengeance, and return that soul to its body, and create what is the Fey equivalent of a vampire.
Okay.
I'm doing Wilhelm for lit shit. Yeah. But was that what you were asking? Because you were reading about the Winter Night stuff that I gave you.
It's actually about someone here, about what we originally came to Fort Mountaintall for.
Oh, so Basilier is a vampire?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But we think that we're coming into contact with a vampire. At least
oh goodness.
Someone associated with someone in our group believes that we're going to be brought into the line of fire of the vampire.
Well, I can check to see if it's one of ours.
Okay.
All right.
That would
I mean, did you have your rod with you?
have it?
Oh, they would have never mind. You don't know who you meant. Okay. Well, carry your rod. The rod will respond to a vampire when you're in the presence of one. A Fey vampire.
A Fey vampire.
Yeah.
Okay. And if it does, then what should I do about it?
Pull rank on him.
I can do that.
Yeah. You're a Knight of Winter. But I mean, I don't think there are any Fey vampires in the material plane. We're getting sidetracked.
Sure. Okay. On the offhand chance that it's a Fey vampire.
Yep. You can at least ask them to. You can ask them to parlay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't be here.
No, I don't know of any.
Not here in Fort Mountain.
No.
So what about the material plane sorts?
Yeah, no, those are associated with Modru and the Blood Moon and the rituals. You can construct your own Blood Moon, basically. You can fool the magics into believing it's a Blood Moon through a powerful illusion spell, and that ritual can create a vampire.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And, what sorts of signs of a vampire should I be looking for, if you know?
Cold to the touch, really fast, very charming, really sharp teeth.
Okay. And how do I best prepare myself to be in the presence of one and maybe have to fight one?
Counter charm. Holy water, fire, sunlight if you got it. You can bottle it up. I imagine there's a good chance there is a vampire around in here because there's no sunlight in Fort Mountain Hall.
Sure.
It's all artificial.
So my cold stuff it probably won't work, or it will work, or...
Cold is not the best thing to jump to, but I think it should be okay.
It won't hinder me.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
If I use like my armor.
I don't think it'll hurt. I don't think it'll hurt.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you think I'll be able to counterspell any of their...
If they're casting spells, yeah. Counterspell only works on rote magic.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Good luck.
Do I need to wear like anything to protect my neck or something?
I mean,
what do I need to
whatever
do?
you could possibly affix to your neck, a vampire can just chew through.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not good.
Yep.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And gives you a little kiss on the cheek and goes back to guarding. So you two figure out that, but no, I appreciate you not workshopping it while I was not in the scene.
Yeah, no, we were busy.
So what y'all doing?
Being distracted by other things. So definitely wanted your help with 2 things. Not that you know anything about magical reinforcements, but what happens if we blow up the keg inside a mountain?
I believe that the keg is, based off of my understanding of explosives, is not large enough to endanger the overall structural integrity of the mountain.
What about a single house?
I believe that it might cause substantially more damage, especially in an enclosed space. However, that room was quite large. If it's similar to the keg that we encountered previously, it might do some damage.
We might do the same thing. See if we can group them all at one end of the room and toss it down there, and I can thunderwave the shit out of it.
It will be an interesting feat to surreptitiously bring a large keg into that house.
If the 2 of us are disguised, which is problem number 2, I can go as the hunched over hag as before, and you can help me look a little older, look a little dingier, and I can carry it in on my back. I was convincing enough before.
It sounds like a crazy plan, however, that might work. Additionally, a thought that I had is we could try to divide up the amounts of gunpowder amongst ourselves and then recombine them once we get there. It would look less suspicious if each of us was carrying, I don't know, a water skin's worth or more, and then...
What's known as a powder horn?
Powder horn, yep.
Yep.
But then recombine them once we... for the desired effect.
Not to set myself up as a sacrifice. However, if one of us got hit with boomy magic, either flame or thunderwave or any other repercussive magic, then all of us take fire.
Yes, that was my concern.
Versus if I just hide it behind me, I can... That can be my first move, is to throw it as far away from us as possible.
Mm-hmm. And remember that Thunderwave is a close range thing.
Cone from me. Yep.
We could attempt to, in the time that we have, we could attempt to purchase, I do not know, we are in a mountain with a mine. We could get a wick. That would give us enough time to...
The other thought is if we're going to explode it by fire or thunder or other relatively long-range magic minus my cones, we could hide it during the party.
Of course.
Smuggle it in, hide it. That way I don't have to worry about throwing it away. You're primping. You can't.
How big?
tell us
I know.
How
anything.
big is that
I know
keg?
exactly what
They're heavy.
That would be quite a large hump.
Yeah, I know.
Quite a lovely lady lump.
Check it out.
What's funny is we literally just calculated this in... I think it's
Okay.
I mean,
about 131 pounds.
The
Oh,
other
wow.
option is like
We just calculated this in the other game we played.
someone else carries it in, or carries even half of it in. Not even the full thing, just half of it. I can go in as an animal as well. I don't have to go as a human. I can go as a cat or a spider. We haven't seen any bugs, have we, since we've been here?
No.
Any animals at all either.
We are in the mountain.
No.
Yeah, but people are sentimental and dumb. They
What
bring their
about
pets
bats?
with them.
Oh, I'm not there.
Let us table the discussion of the keg. Perhaps we can disguise you first, make one that is flexible, and if we decide to try to bring the keg as your lovely lady lump, we can...
Please don't call it that.
I'm sorry, I thought this is what these were referred to as.
You...
Anyway, I can assist you with your disguise, if you wish.
That would be wonderful. Just as dirty and not me as possible, I can make my cloak look like anything you want it to look like.
Of course. How long is it till the party?
We have hours.
Yeah, so let's see. You guys came down pretty much first thing in the morning. We're some planning, some moving, some talking. I'd say you got about 5 or 6 hours, I'll say.
I can disguise you, and then maybe we can go buy whatever supplies that we feel that we might need as a last minute.
Perfect. Then after we consult with the others.
Yes.
That would be good. We
Alright.
can go stand in Sevelius's doorway and yell things at him while he primps.
I'm gonna make you look
Hopefully
like
he's wearing pants.
the
No wonder I'm
filthiest.
over 16.
Are you helping me? Wait, can she help me?
What? She has no
with the
proficiency
disguise?
in disguise. It's just you, boss.
If I'm taking my time, does that do anything?
Yeah, you can take your time, therefore you gain advantage. Yep.
I remember that happened somehow before.
Yeah. It's a rule I like to use.
Enhanceability. I don't have enhanceability going on right now.
Okay.
So
Well, she's not here unless we went and grabbed her.
Yeah.
That would be an 18 for you.
So write your DC down if you're disguised. Yep.
okay.
That's your disguise
I was
DC.
just gonna remember it, but
Just
I'll
in
write
case.
it down for you.
Thank you.
I am. If you don't mind, I would come in and put a hut up around while you're doing your disguisey stuff, just in case, you know, the whole dupla, scrying, whatever.
Of course. Would you like to lend me aid?
I
Me.
can't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of
you
the-
don't have guidance.
No.
I don't have guidance anymore.
She doesn't have guidance.
Oh no!
She doesn't have her cap on.
Oh no! All right,
you gonna
myself.
I guess I
that
could
is
attune
a
to it for a
21.
while, but that's too much.
21?
nonsense.
Okay, disguise DC 21. Write it down.
Yep.
And this was for you?
This is for me.
Then were you going to try to disguise the cake?
The jury is still out on that one. I believe that we should discuss that plan slightly further.
Yeah. That was part of my disguise.
Yes.
So we'll say, you know, taking time and all, and I mean, especially disguising you, that's already hard enough. We'll say that takes about 2 hours to do those. So you got about 4 hours left.
That's fine. So
That's not good of a DC as I wanted it to be.
yeah.
It's pretty
So I go ahead and relay the information that I got from Glitch. Do you want me to recap it, or
No.
Okay. It wasn't just making sure you heard it.
Yeah, cold doesn't matter. Get near it with your stick.
Fire.
Fire, lots
They're
of fire.
cold to the touch.
Generally creepy.
Holy water.
Oh, very good.
They're quick. They're like unnaturally quick.
Didn't she just show up in our throne like nobody's business?
She did, but I don't know.
I don't
if
think
maybe she
Selena
just
would say
kinda-
any of those words.
I like how you're like, it's our throne. Like, show up in our throne.
No, on the throne.
Oh, I thought this was our
Yeah.
throne.
The throne.
She's not Iveguard. Come on.
Not yet.
So,
And another 6 levels to go.
yeah,
7 levels.
she did sort of sneak right on in there.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Probably making this harder on Justice to paint things on my face.
I'm working on a unicorn right now. It's like
Well, I
carnival
know I'm
face
mythic and
paints.
beautiful.
I'm like applying one of those like black things to your tooth to make it look like you're missing some, like dirtying them up.
Absolutely. We have to get some charcoal and blackface in here somewhere. Make it awkward as possible.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Well, you had it underneath your mask earlier, and we all made fun of you because you looked ridiculous.
Mm.
That's where that joke came from, guys.
I'm
not even. I don't know
yeah.
what's going on.
I'm gonna look like and I guess when I do, I will look like a dirty, I guess human. That's the latest.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave the inn with a good looking outfit that hides my face, hoods up, so I just look like the person that walked in. And then once I leave and we get closer to Jeffron Avenue, my plan is to hunch over, squat down, and generally just look really dirty
All right.
and sad.
So, what is the next thing you would like to try to accomplish, if anything, before the party?
We should discuss the
So-
explosive.
We should go interrupt Sevelius in his hair time
Sure.
and talk about this keg.
I also wanted to know if you had gathered any other information while we were there.
I'll sit back into Eurisidrel and see what she has to
Either
say.
of you, yeah. If either of your little compatriots has anything to add to this discussion.
It is good to talk to you. We have not spoken much since I have awakened.
We've been busy.
Yes, I have seen everything now.
Good.
Now that I'm awake. I believe that you were in the presence of a grave evil. Who that evil was is difficult to say.
Grave evil or great evil?
Grave and great. Whether it was the butler, Mr. M, or Lady Catia, it is difficult to determine. My money would be on the Baroness.
Vampire, undead. That sounds right.
It has been many moons since I encountered a vampire. Legend was our battle on top of Motoru's memory when I slayed his commanding officer. But that was a long time ago.
Story for another time, perhaps.
Indeed, in another era altogether.
Did your poison work against them?
No,
I
you
didn't
cannot
think so.
poison a vampire.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Let me
We-
double check actually.
We have multiple missions this evening. One to potentially get rid of this evil. We keep being altruistic, and one to potentially save an old compatriot. So, anything you hear or see, let me know.
I will keep a lookout. Okay, actually. No, poison works.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
there's no resistances or immunities listed. I'm like double, triple checking.
How is that? Okay, alright.
I
I'll
don't know.
argue with
Is that
it.
right?
They have blood flowing through them that they drink.
Oh, that you know what? That's true. That's their connection to life. I like that. Actually, that makes sense.
Okay, that works.
My poison worked incredibly well. It turned their most precious life force against them. I burned them from the inside out. See what checking the compendium can do to roleplay? Two very different answers.
Yes.
D&D Beyond.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Right.
D&D Beyond. Well, we'll wait till we get spots.
Yeah.
Good lord.
You get 5
So-
seconds.
So that was 5 minutes of me just
Yeah.
staring into nothing.
Do we
Well,
hear
she
her
asked
now?
you to. Huh?
Do we hear her
No,
now?
she's only
Okay.
speaking. She could, but she's only speaking directly to
Okay.
you. So yeah, you see Selena step back.
And I guess I would take her a moment to do the same thing since she asked. And I'm seeing if I get any more.
Skilgasset does not respond.
In the hut.
Do you care while you're communing? I'll communicate a couple of things.
I can multitask.
Lady Kilgast did do some reconnaissance while we were in the domain. She said that there is a great many evil there, and that there were things that were being done that... Oh, she said that I would not believe them. She does not feel prudent to tell me the details of this at this time, yet she seemed quite entertained by the level of depravity that she observed.
That is,
Huh.
I sound like a broken record, but that's all manner of unsettling.
I will come back out. Vampires and more vampires. Poison is useful.
Okay.
Good to know.
It's been millennia since she's managed vampires one way or the other. But those that come from Modru are susceptible to a few things. Fire and poison seem to be two of them.
That is
I
good
wonder-
information.
It's interesting how, well, that confessor is pretty damn good if he gathered all that information just from sitting there listening to her talk about...
I can't imagine this is the first time. It's just the first excuse. With that many tables, scarred that many times in that many languages, and her changing from flesh that needs to eat to flesh that doesn't, that's... No matter their reason, they knew something. They're not stupid. We presented the first... Let's go wash the confessory's hands of this, and threw us into the middle of it.
Maybe.
We were pawns for a minute. It's gonna work in our favor.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, hopefully. But
At least I did bring up compensation.
the rest of us are evidently too altruistic for that. We should really watch ourselves.
Oh, we ask after we've done it.
Should
we
we really
collected
ask
you?
after? Because you can't really go ahead and buy things to prepare yourself for anything if you don't ask for that money up front.
It's still the right thing
Necessarily.
to do.
So, Selena has an idea, a plan, to utilize the powder keg of explosives that were left behind.
The beefit is left behind.
Yes.
Cute little dwarf. He needs some real shoes, though.
I do not know how I feel about this plan. I feel like it could likely work in our favor. However, if there is a party, there might be many innocent lives there that could be put at risk.
That's a very good concern.
So,
Yep.
but if we have Mr. M and Lady Catia confirmed, blessed by the confessory to remove, or damage to the point of being able to hold, and if we could plant the keg under her throne, near that end of the room, expose whatever she has under the trapdoor and behind the not-so-secret wall, could be useful.
Because the trapdoor is magic, I could easily dispel it. First. Second, what kind of guests would we be if we didn't bring a present for the host? So we disguise the keg as a gift.
Thank you.
How do you suggest we detonate it?
Whatever means we want. It'll sit over there. They wouldn't dare
Would
open the
Eldritch
gift.
Blast?
Might fireball, scorching ray, any of those things.
We have plenty of fire spells that we can use, but they wouldn't dare open a present while they were in the middle of a party. It would be,
especially after the dressing down you gave them. What was that?
gotta put them on edge.
So all of the writing, if I didn't
Also,
tell
that place
you,
was filthy.
if they're vampires, they don't.
Oh, I knew
care.
what it said.
Yeah, good. She related.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that gives us an end to having it inside. What do we want to disguise it as?
Most likely they'll take it up front, put it by the throne.
We can tell them it's a piñata.
Here,
Don't you
use
only
my
have those
rape.
at weddings?
Use my rapier to hit it.
That is as good a plan as any. I think that might work better than disguising it as your lump.
Yeah, true. So my thought was I'd go in as a crone with a terrible disfigurement and hide the cask while we were.
Yeah, that sounds dangerous, carrying a barrel of gunpowder on your back.
He wanted to divide it between all of us.
That also sounds dangerous.
Let's carry it in as a gift. So
If
I
that
will be...
jives with everyone, of course.
What are we Should we get a chest in the meantime and maybe pour the powder into a chest so that it appears to be an actual legitimate gift?
We could.
Oh, that's
really smart.
interesting. Yes.
a
Takes
thin
kidneys.
Aw.
So, we have a few hours. I could go do that in my,
I'd say 40 gold for an ornate chest. That looks like an actual gift.
of course.
Not 50
Sure.
that way, it's just even.
Yeah.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, I can help pay for some of that.
We can divide it evenly amongst the group.
That sounds reasonable.
That seems agreeable.
Alright. 10 gold each from the errand.
I'm taking it out of my thing, so don't forget.
Yeah.
My gold is going down and I need more.
Anything else before you guys venture off to the party?
How do we want to show up? Justice and I are not showing up with you and the confessor.
No, we should travel separately.
Show up with all the. We could wait by the. What was the place called? The way down into the. Hobos.
The bellows?
We could wait near the bellows, see if a group seems to be heading that direction. If not, we could make the way on our own.
The bellows are the elevator system.
Right.
The land below is the warrens.
Ah, yes, thank you. We could wait near the warrens or in the warrens, see if people are going. Either blend in with that group or head there ourselves once the time is right.
Okay.
Seems appropriate.
Yeah, that does seem appropriate.
Then maybe we'll go an hour.
Side job while I'm down there.
Counting where that gets started.
Now, are we sure that it's customary to not open a gift until after
It's kind of like Christmas. So like you usually like, at least in my mind, I've never been to a 19th century party, but you like the gifts would be set aside or thrown, and then like at intermission or whatever before the dancing starts, she would open them, and then everyone would go and they'd clap, and then the song would begin. And dancing.
I was thinking of it more like a wedding where you give them gifts and then they don't open them at all.
Yeah,
like
maybe even that would be it. Actually, that's actually probably closer to the reality.
When she opens it, like, what'd you give me? Because you gunpowder.
As Justice climbs out of the gunpowder.
Yeah, that's my disguise 21.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what I was thinking. That sounds actually that sounds exactly right.
That's how they're born.
They would be basically on a table near her throne. Look at all this splendor
exactly.
that I have. Yep, exactly.
Look at all these nice things that people that
And
like me gave
no
me.
one else is going to bring gifts because they're all poor degenerates.
It fits in with his MO perfectly.
Exactly.
But it does.
After I dress them down, it fits in with them not.
Yeah.
Look,
Will
I got you more dirt.
Kind of gift that really pops out at you.
Yeah.
Will it be from just you or from the two
Oh, it
of
would be
us?
from. Well, it could be from the two of us, or it could be from just me. I'll leave that up to you.
What
Whatever
seems
you think
more
is-
ostentatious?
Probably just.
Then let's do that one.
So I suppose that means I should give them something. We'll put a little bit in a different one. We'll have a... Ooh, yes.
Just as a reminder, you have a live grenade.
I do.
Okay.
We could put the grenade in a little chest.
That could.
It could be really bad.
No, I know.
Oh, it would be even better because you could give it to her and you could
Put the
have
grenade
the
inside the
ring
gunpowder.
on the ribbon and you could say, open it. And then she
Yeah.
her the thing.
Oh my god!
Didn't see any of this coming, but okay. Let's do it.
And it could be inside the gunpowder.
Correct. So you put it in the chest so when she opens the chest or pulls the ribbon off.
So if she opens it early, we get a surprise attack.
Be pretty surprising.
Oh my god, we just put it in the big chest. It explodes both of them at the same time.
Yeah,
Well, that's what we're saying.
Like,
Yeah, that's what we're
connected
saying.
to the
Yeah.
I
thing.
didn't get that far. I
Yeah,
thought you
yeah.
were going to
Yeah.
get the
Like
little
you
one.
put the
No,
pin,
no.
the little
No, we're
thing.
saying like if you... Yeah, so
In
you
the
open
lash.
the chest
Oh,
and
that
then
would
it's
be
because
easy to
it's
do.
tied and oh
It's
my...
literally not even a check. It's
That's
literally
like
just like...
12d6, not minus the grenade. That's 12d6
Correct.
from the gunpowder, right?
I know
Would
how much
you
it is.
Some
be able to-
ridiculous-
100d6.
Well, I think that's what it was when he
400d6.
blew
Would you
us
be
up
able
last
to
time.
do that, Justice?
Of course I would.
Hand you my live grenade.
So I'm working with the gunpowder. I'd like to say... Oh.
Are we really sure that we should be jumping straight to the lethal means? Just making sure that we...
I'm pretty sure vampires are relatively resilient.
If she's as strong as all of our resources say she is, the only thing we're risking here is tipping our hand for Veselier. And if he is, for whatever reason, attached to Lady Catia, making it that much more difficult to talk him out of his mindset.
So even without the live grenade, would there be a way to trap it so that like it flicks a piece of flint or something, or just whatever spark, so we didn't have
I can do
to
that.
waste the grenade?
That's fine.
I can do that. That is
That's
fine.
reasonable.
Do you need me to make any kind of check?
Yeah, Fuse Tool with advantage, since she can help you. I'm pretty sure she can.
Nat
help you.
one.
No.
Obliterates the end.
18.
Flint. And then
So-
once you guys pour the gunpowder, so you come back, we'll now say you guys got like an hour, you're winding down, you're getting ready to go to the party, and you've now rigged this thing, and you...
You know the great thing
And you... Yeah, it's like, no one open this.
The great thing about working with explosives is either you do it right or it quickly becomes not your problem.
That's fantastic.
This is gonna blow up in our faces.
No, it's going to blow up in Lady Catia's face. That's the idea, at least.
Ideal.
So, is there anything else that you have, like, maybe one little more thing you can do? Is there anything else?
So we should go early to the
Yes.
To the Warrens.
Bellows.
Because you're poor, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Go poor,
Yeah, and I
shall we?
can.
Oh. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you later. Please explain our disappearance to the confessor.
He'll
so
understand.
he can point us out.
alrighty.
We'll describe you to him.
So, you guys are going down into the Warrens. You can fly, so it's not a big deal for you guys to go down there. Are you going just down into the Warrens?
We'll just
There's no other exit from the Warrens other than this space that we know of.
Right. There's just the belt, like the big, massive, all the elevator shafts that go up and down constantly.
Right.
Is there a nice quiet alleyway somewhere at the top of that?
Perhaps you could probably, go ahead and roll stealth. We'll see how quiet and out of the way it is.
I have a question.
Are you trying to be able to look at the
Yeah, so that we
bellows?
can see people come up
Can I-
without
can I-
17.
17? Okay, you can go and roll.
Okay.
So you guys don't want to go into the Warrens, you're going to stand on one of the, because remember, like the halls, the massive halls, parts of the city part from the bellows, and so you're just going to stand on one side and watch.
Yeah.
19.
All right. So the Warrens, again, there's no elevator that goes down there, and you do, as you guys are sitting there waiting for the party to come, you do see people are getting ready to go, and they're talking about the party, or about the soup. They're talking about, I've heard it's really good, yada, yada, yada.
Once we've seen 3 or 4 couples go by, we just follow.
Sure.
Okay. Then I will make my cloak and hood and the whole kit and caboodle as raggedy and greasy and disgusting as possible.
All right.
So it occurred to me to ask, are you attuned to your staff?
She's not.
No.
Because it's fire.
But the ring is spell starring, so.
You don't need your boots necessarily. Just putting it out there. You can think about it.
We were
'Cause
going
we were
in and
talking
out of
about-
the Warrens,
right.
so that's why I left the
Right.
boots. Because
But it's going to take you a while to get up.
I'm sure she's considered it.
That's all
So
good. We got it.
Do we have an hour that we sit in that alley?
Yeah, you do exactly, actually.
During my stealth, could I potentially switch those out?
You could have, yep. You literally just take one off, and then now the ring. Oh, the boots are no.
So the
So once you get to the
for-
precipice, you realize, no, we're not going to go down. We're going to go post up here because we don't want to like get flagged down by the people who saw us because you're in basically the same disguise. So you take off the boots and put them away in a little satchel, and you grab the clutch of the elder gods, the heir of the Cardoon sorcerer lords who rule in Gradia, and you hold on to it, and you can hear the whispers of the old gods speak to you yet again as you are vested with the power of the greatest, most fearsome staff this side of the elemental plane.
You should use it as a walking stick.
Well, she
they
only got the
disguised
one
it,
gem,
right?
so it's not
they
quite.
did disguise it, right? When you got your your papers forged, they.
No, well, not actively. It's not actively permanently disguised.
Oh,
no.
okay.
And you didn't ask for that, right? That's not my.
No.
No, yeah.
Okay.
So
I misunderstood.
that's right. So
So
you guys begin to make your way up to the party after 3 or 4.
I'm going to try and cover up the gem as much as possible with some dirt.
Maybe right.
Really big
Wait,
staff.
make it look like a bindle. Just take a dirty rag and tie it around the thing that the hobos carry on their shoulders.
Smart.
Precise.
Who's full of good ideas tonight?
Yeah.
These two.
Yeah.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn, or whatever they say.
So you guys make your way up to the
So, yeah,
begin to make your
cover
way.
it
You make it look like a little
Perfect.
hobo satchel, which is smart.
and
You-
use it as a walking stick.
Yeah, and you two get ready for the party and make your way up.
Of course.
All right, you guys get there first. You'll arrive fashionably late. As you get there, there's already a good bit of a line. Maybe 10, 12 people already made their way. And some kind of passed you eagerly up, and since you're maintaining the old lady disguise, you're moving rather slowly. You're kind of helping her along, is what I'm imagining.
Come along, mother.
And you can see immediately there are 2 Warforged guards that stand outside the gate that's kind of propped open ever so, and they seem to be like just checking people very quickly, basically probably checking them for lice or something like that. You know, they're just giving everyone a quick little look-see, and then they're letting one person in, one person, no, you don't get to come, one person in, that kind of thing. And it is now coming up on your guys' inspection.
Can I insight from my hunch set form to see who they're turning away and potentially why?
Roll, I'm going to say insight for this, actually.
Yeah, that's
Am I allowed to, since I'm also observing?
Hmm?
Am I
You
allowed-
can, yeah.
I'm not trying to be like, me too, but
No,
no.
it's okay to me too sometimes.
That's insight, you said?
Yeah.
19.
Hard to say. You imagine it's just some kind of rudimentary thing. It doesn't seem to be particularly well thought out or nefarious. It seems to be almost arbitrary.
just to turn people away, kind of like having the line at the club for no reason.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. They're just giving a quick look over. So,
I'm going to make sure that my dagger is particularly well hidden.
alrighty, roll sleight of hand.
Don't fuck me, green dice. That's literally as average it could be, 16.
You had actually pretty. 16's good. You know, it's fine. in 5th edition. Yeah, you hide it pretty well. So comes to your kind of turn, and he's like, he like grabs your face, and you can feel the strength behind this Warforged city guard that's grabbing you. Go on in. Up to you. He's like, something wrong with you? You got a taxi or something?
What did he say?
It's a Skyrim disease. Yes.
Just haven't been feeling so good, but I saw the healer. He took good care of me. He said get some more meal in you.
All right, go ahead and roll persuasion or deception. It's up to you.
It's gonna be another 4.
And this isn't to deceive him of who I am specifically. This is just to lie.
Actually, I would say yes.
Thank you.
You're attempting to convince him of an alternate persona. I would say yes, actually. Actor feat.
That is a 27.
He's like, you look a little rough in some of these parts.
I live a rough life.
All right, go on in. She's got food for you.
Is this a town guard?
Yeah, it's a city guard.
Okay.
The Auroran clutch insignias and such. You two are now up. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I was going to say,
No, it's
would
fine.
we, since we're going to arrive fashionably
Oh,
late,
we wouldn't wait in line.
have a quick moment to just check and see if Kevin Anders is a banker that we can locate with relative ease?
Look at the yellow pages.
By what means do you want to attempt to locate Kevin Anders?
What would be the typical means in this world? Is there some sort of a...
Typically, you just ask around. But do you feel do you want to ask around?
Typically, you just ask around. Like,
Yeah.
you don't go to a specific location or anything?
I mean, you'd go to where you think he's live in the financial district in the... Where is my freaking thing? In the area that I have cleverly named. You know the place. Aha. The... the banks are in the Amalgamic Depository in that area. That's the warehouse and industrial logistics. That's where Tri-Investment Tower is in Patanza Financial FMH.
So I'm going to ask if Lich wants to come with just in case. Because I don't want to necessarily be by myself in the middle of the city.
He says, Gilly, of course, I'll come with you. It's my job to guard you. I jump at the chance to borrow more moments of your time.
Shucks. Okay. Well, thanks. So we... Yeah, I don't know.
No, don't say it.
Anyway. Oh, no!
We're terrible people.
Small but fierce.
Oh,
That's all I have to say.
All right. So,
Her husband.
so
Yep, and...
Amalgamic Depository. You're going to go there and just do a quick little detour?
Yeah.
And ask around?
Stop.
Get us back. Hold on, let me pull the train back. We're back on the rails here.
Yes, okay, we'll go there.
And are you going to ask around?
Yeah, I'll use a bit of caution because I know that Dupla is potentially tied up in some of this, so...
Sure. Go ahead and roll insight first.
Okay.
You're being discerning about who you're talking to.
Yep, okay.
Did you want to try a city guard or something? That's usually who you ask.
Whatever's typical. Sure.
All right.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll insight. You're trying to be discerning.
7.
Okay. Now roll roll
No.
persuasion.
Okay. Different die. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
27.
Holy shit. So you are having difficulty, and you kind of approach two guards. You're like, wait, how do I? Like, you're like, the Warforged. Not that they all look the same, but it's really they're hard to read. They don't have expressive faces.
Right.
Oh fuck, which one? And then you just kind of turn on the charm. You feel a little bit of that presence of Morgan, and you redirect the conversation from one Warforged to another, and you kind of box him in the corner. He's Baron. If you're asking about Kevin Anders, he's the Baron of the Amalgamic Depository now.
Is he?
Yeah, he was recently elevated.
And, do you know how he came by that position?
There was a vacancy. It went up to the baronet, like the baron councils and things like that. The councilors, what they call the estate councilors, and they voted.
And so the baronetess would have had some sort of say in
Which baronetess? There's like 100 of those.
So, but all of the baronetesses would have had a say in that.
Yep,
Yes.
of the city.
Okay.
Yeah, all the estate managers.
Okay. And do you know anything about him from before that?
No, he's a kind of a quiet, meek kind of guy.
And does he seem good at his job?
Make sure we're paid on time.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good day, citizen.
You as well. And then,
Oh, my lady, sorry.
And where would I go to if I wanted to speak with him?
Oh, you can go to the Baron's estate. It's up there. He shows you the direction.
So now he's elevated above Lady Catia, right?
Yeah.
That's what. Okay.
Baron. It's like Esquire or Sir or whatever lord, kind of generic lord, kind of like you, Baronet or Baronetess, Baron or Baroness. Yeah.
Okay. And you usually don't just skip over other people and elevate somebody who's hired help before.
One could say he was rags to riches.
Pretty unusual.
But Gishari is a place where you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So.
Sure it is.
Pull yourself up.
Or your butt
What?
wings.
It
I love
is.
you so much, Matt.
It's a fair adjusting.
Pull yourself up by your butt wings.
I know, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I couldn't handle my
We'll get our own
emotions.
mic pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll turn it way down.
The four of us and just one for her.
Yeah. Which is turned very, very
Put her in
low.
the gilly box.
Gilly box.
So then
In the gilly box.
you look at your watch, not your watch, but you check the time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know. You figure out oh shit, I gotta go. Then you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys approach the line. Is there anything you want to do? You're looking at this line that's kind of. You trying to bypass it? What do you do?
Why would we stand in line?
Okay. Civilians just guns for the beginning.
Did we meet up with the
Confessor.
what's his face, the
Domus.
confessor, or
Oh, shit.
or
Yeah.
we were gonna meet up with him
Probably
before
We'll
we
say
went
he's
in?
there. We'll say he's
Okay.
there, like he's waiting for you. So
Kinda milling
as
about?
Yeah, about
Okay.
yeah. And he's milling. He's like outside. He's like,
With Dominus Epsilon.
no, Domus Epsilon's not there.
Okay.
He's like, he just gives you. He's like, oh, right over here. He's like, oh, you'll look. And he's actually dressed in basically officer regalia for the confessory. Got like little pauldrons and a saber or whatever.
Very professional.
I think you look very nice, as do you, my lady.
Thank you. I didn't go through the role or anything, but I did make sure I looked decent.
I mean, yeah, you're imbued with Fey magic now, so you always look nice.
Figured I didn't need to specify it, but yeah.
Doesn't need the makeup gun anymore.
Shall we?
Indeed.
So you guys just bypass the line, and the guards don't even even look at you. You just literally bypass, and the guards step out of the way for you. All right, so you enter.
Do you have
Before
the
we go
chest
in,
and
Yes.
we'll whisper kind of what they look like,
Oh, okay.
and let him know
We'll let this
oh, they're in there, they're disguised, they're Unstrilled Lady and
Very good.
Grizzled looking.
So,
Darker man.
as you make your way, I'm assuming into the grand hall and all that to kind of get seated, you see there's a decent crowd here. Some men and women of all certain kinds of stripes and such. There's even a few Warforged who seem to be commiserating, associating. They're there, and the everyone's kind of talking. There are some unseen servants who are organizing the party and getting things ready. People are just kind of standing around talking a little bit. And with that, as the kind of the chime plays in the background and the air begins to become more still and conversation stales, we're going to go to break. So, thank you to all 50, to all of our followers. Thank you to the new people who followed today. That was really cool. We are going to go to break, and when we get back, shit is going to hit the fan. I am absolutely certain of it. So you need a bomb. Yeah, exactly. It's not me being foreboding. I'm just reading the map.
Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, that's not cryptic. That's a.
In chat, they're pointing out that in a few episodes we're going to get charged with killing
Exactly. I laugh. So we will come back in 15 minutes or so, and we will please tune in because shit is about to get real in the second half.
We're going to end it with a bang.
Oh,
End
no.
it with a bang.
What would be really funny is
We are back, ladies and gentlemen and gentlefolk. They've just entered the manor of Lady Catia, and they're at the party, the most famed party. So people are kind of getting ready. The tone is starting to quiet down. You have a few minutes to probably talk to anyone you might want to try or do anything you want to try to set up. Lady Catia is not there, so...
So you said the Warforged who were amongst the party members, like carousing with them, do they seem to be help or?
Yeah, there seems to be like 2 helps. And you remember she had one, Fleetfoot, and yeah, there seems to be like 2 helpers. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to like, I don't know, observe them surreptitiously.
Sure.
Try to catch anything about like, does one appear to be particularly fleet of foot?
Right. Sure. Roll perception.
Can I help?
Do you care that the Warforged are here?
Yes,
All
because
right.
they've been running away.
That's
And we are together.
That's fine. Just asking.
That's fair. Oh, that's good. 19. 17 plus 2.
Oh, okay. Those look like 7s to me. Holy. Oh, that. Okay.
2 7s. 77 plus 2.
I was confused. Okay. So 19 on perception.
If that's what you want me to roll,
Yep.
then yes.
So I do. Because that's the relevant skill. They are. One is very particular fleet of foot. He seems to be walking around organizing things. He seems to be, I don't know, the maitre d' or what you will. Mr. M is looming in the background as well. And the other one seems to be a bit slower. You're not quite sure what his job is. He's kind of lumbering around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I knew. I believe that is our man. Well, not man, sorry. I believe that is our Warforged. Never say it. It's actually, that's Fleetfoot, like they named him, like, cruelly, like, ironically.
Oh, God.
And then the rest of the people seem to be vagabonds and people who are down on their luck.
Yep. Here we go. Perfect.
So are they all at this? So as I stare around the room, are people at the tables?
Yeah.
What is the ambiance?
Yeah, people are basically shuffling almost directly to the tables at this point. They're kind of just sitting down, getting ready for like the bread and the bowls and the food.
Has anyone noticed their table?
Noticed their table? No. They're just marked up tables.
So are all the tables that had the...
It was
blood-
under.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were below and looking. Yeah.
I'll try to like mingle a little bit if we have any time since we got there early. And
Sure.
the basic information I'm trying to find out, like, hey, have you ever been to one of these before? What can we expect?
Sure.
Like,
Roll not investigation, good God. Persuasion.
Are there any children?
No.
I'm gonna
Anyone that's younger than 25?
I would say that's more than half.
That's a 14.
14, okay. So, the persuasion, you get around to asking a lady that is human, nice brown hair, gentle features, obviously very dirt poor. And so you're asking around a little bit. A lot of people are kind of unresponsive. And then you arrive to her and talk to her. She's like, well, this is my first time here. I heard it was really good. From someone who had been here before. I'm just looking for a meal.
Insight?
Yeah, well, insight.
Guys, keep doing well for me, please. 18.
You believe her. She's telling the truth. She's just looking for a meal, and she tells, she wants to be here because she heard good things.
Have you spoken to many people who have come here?
No, I came here by myself.
Okay. Alright, well, I don't have anything else. I have no real interest in her. I'm just trying to find out more information. How long have you been in town? Oh, sorry.
Is there room at her table?
Yeah, sure.
We'll sit with her then. This is my mother, Melinda.
Nice to meet you, Melinda.
And I'm Jeff.
Oh, it's nice to meet. It's nice to meet you, Jeff. My name. My name is Amanda.
So as I shuffled up to the table, being hunched over
Oh,
in a throne,
wrong. But do not look at that. Fuck me.
So as I shuffle up to this table as an old woman super hunched over, can I take a glance at the bottom of the table before I sit down?
Yeah, go ahead. You've already rolled perception. You're just taking a glance at the bottom of the table. Yeah, the inscriptions that you noticed earlier.
So even though we pointed them out, they're still all there.
Yep.
No, they're not.
And they're on the tables that are up in the balcony kind of area.
Yep. There's no tables down below.
And
It's
there
just
was
still...
no magic there earlier that we asked about.
We didn't. I don't think we saw anything. Or you. I don't think you saw
No,
anything.
there wasn't.
Anyhow.
Just the statues in the trapdoor.
So just so that you're aware, I went and I did a little digging on that Ender's fellow, and I want to mention this to the confessor, you know, because we were outside being let in, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were let in and then we went to break.
Mhm.
He's apparently now elevated above Lady Catia.
Okay.
Don't think that happens normally along the normal course of events. He's now a baron in the Banker District.
I mean, she could have just been name dropping. He may not have worked for her before. Did you
Sure.
talk to him?
I didn't. There wasn't a whole lot of time. But he is a person who exists and didn't really have much information about who he was or where he came from beforehand.
Sure. So,
So,
could either be conspiracy to elevate him, or she dropped the name quickly in order to move along because she couldn't think of it.
sure.
Confessor Wilhelm's like, he's like, excuse me for a moment, and he gets up and he begins to make his way to the other side on the other balcony. He's talking to some people, like he's asking questions.
How long have you been in town?
I'm born and raised. I lived here my whole life. I was born in the Warrens. Yeah.
You heard about this place, Lady Catia, recently?
Yeah, recently, yeah. They said you get a good meal here. Only the last few months or so, I just hadn't felt like making the trek, but I got hungry and there's you know, the king does what he can, but there's only so much work in the Warrens.
Don't I know it? So I made my mom here.
I haven't seen you guys around. You from Fort Mountain Hall? Or the Warrens?
No, we just moved here. We're coming down from Bridgeton.
Oh, I hear it's much nicer in Bridgeton.
There's not much room for like people like this.
Oh.
When you get your hand cut in the wrong apple cart,
Oh no.
you get escorted out of town.
Oh.
It's a long way down.
I always heard things were better in Bridgeton. I heard it was a beautiful city on top of a mountain where people got to do what they wanted and laughed and cheered and
So,
it's just like everywhere else, isn't it?
no more sunshine than here. If you're not in the mines.
Heaven for the rich, hell for the poor.
Shit rolls downhill everywhere, even when you live on a mountain.
Man. Oh, man, guys. Sorry. It's all good.
Just keep piling on.
It's all good. It's all good.
You mentioned a king.
Yeah, the king of the Warrens.
Is he an actual king?
He is. He is in the Warrens.
Is he a good person?
He took care of me, and he's been taking care of me ever since my partner, my man died, and running for him. You know, if your runner dies, they give you a stipend for a while, but that's only so much.
Yeah, it's a good place where you can find work.
Yeah, if you're willing to throw weight or play the game, yeah, it's a good way. I don't know. I've just been wondering what to do.
Say you to Horan? Like you're my mom? I'd be like, we could say you to Horan.
What's wrong with you?
Mom, you gotta earn your keep.
Why can't you be the whore?
I
We're much younger.
That's why we got kicked out of Bridgeton.
Oh.
Alright.
Hand in the apple cart was a euphemism.
Oh no.
Mr. M speaks up. If you could all please take your seats and scoot in, the festivities will begin.
So where are we in relation to them?
You guys are all at the same table. I imagine. Well, they see you, and do you guys go to the same table, or
No,
what do you want to
we
do?
wouldn't sit with the riffraff.
There's only tables for riffraff.
Sit at a table.
It's a charity party.
So
I would almost say let's sit separately.
Yeah, I guess we'll
Cars.
smooze with the common folk.
We'll sit together.
Rub elbows, but not literally, because I don't.
Yes, no, it's okay. I'm small. I won't rub onto your elbows. It's
I'm not
fine.
worried about you rubbing. I'm worried
Okay,
about
okay. I can rub your elbows though if you
So,
want.
are you at the same table or not? I'm sorry, I need to know where
We're
it
not.
is. Okay, where are you
We're
sitting? Are you sitting across on the other part of the balcony?
Probably.
I would say on the same balcony, just not
On the same
like
sides.
a couple tables away, so that we could like be close, like group up, just
Yeah.
not together.
who took up the gift?
Yeah, what happened with the gift
Oh,
when
we
it was
probably
brought
handed
in?
it to the helper or whatever that carried it up to where gifts go.
I think that's organizing.
Yeah. So we will say that you presented the gift and it got put near the throne, waiting for Lady Catia to come in and commence ceremony.
It's been ridiculous.
Oh, man.
I can tell.
What's the blast radius of that thing?
You remember it was about 10 feet or so each way in every direction?
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
I should have asked this question a long time ago. Are there hinges on this balcony?
Hinges? Oh, no, there's no. Your perception checks would have made that out by now.
Wow.
It's a good thought.
These tables, man.
It just slides in into the
a
middle.
giant
Mm-hmm.
pit door on the edges of those balconies.
Actually, shit. Yeah, actually, roll perception.
Oh,
Now that I think about it, because I remember.
my God.
Would I have detected magic up there when I walked up there
No, it's not
earlier?
Because-
magical, it's
Okay.
mechanical.
Yeah.
May I
We'll just check.
aid her when I'm up there? Oh, she's
Perception
doing it.
20.
I'm talking.
So the table that you're sitting at, like, yeah, there are basically, like,
And
it
all the
all
tables.
collapses and it creates these kind of slides that spill on down.
And the table's like pinned to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Since you asked, yeah.
So I'm going to lean over and fairly quietly say,
Stage whisper.
when the floor moves, grab the table.
When I look, does it seem? Because he said, "Please pull your seats up." He made a point to.
Yeah, just
is-
like get seated.
Does it look like if you were seated back? Is there a way that you could still be at your seat and not like be in the slide?
No,
Okay.
it's like the floor's going to give in and.
Ah,
Fly.
So it's like a big funnel.
Yeah,
into the
right.
It's
center.
exactly like that. Yep.
So,
And I can't tell them at all because I've got nothing.
so every once in a while, I've just messaged
Oh,
to one of you, or both of you, and just checked in. Just every like,
You sure?
yeah,
Okay.
because every so often,
Okay.
I just want to make sure, like, maybe I don't know, how long have we been here? Like, I was thinking maybe halfway into where we were.
Halfway into where you were.
Never mind.
Yeah.
How long have we been here?
At the house, at the party, I don't know. You guys have been getting ready and such at the party about 30 minutes or so. Things are about to start.
So yeah, 30-minute mark. That sounds good for me to just.
Are we rolling that's before or after I thought
I
about
don't
hinges?
know, but every
That's a question for me.
yeah.
Roll me intelligence plus proficiency.
You. I choose you. Okay, good. Intelligence plus proficiency. Oh, they moved things again. Sorry, math is hard. 21.
All right. So you are kind of keeping an eye on them, of course, ever so often, and yeah, you can see them kind of looking around and her leaning in. And you're like, I better check in. So then she checks in on you. You can tell her if you want.
Everything okay over there?
Everything's fine. Floors are hinged. Hold on to your table. El Sibelius.
Noted.
So
That was less than 25
as things are
words.
seen and food starts to be delivered,
I tell you.
yeah, I'm assuming
You tell the confessor.
He's not with us.
he's across the.
But,
So I'm now setting the
Okay.
scene. You guys have your time. The begins to play, and food is delivered by the unseen servants, and bowls of bread and soup float on down, and
I hum along with a counter charm.
thank you. Lady Catia comes out. He's like, guests! This is before you guys began to eat. It is so... I welcome you all... Lady Catia voice. I welcome you all into my home, and it is so nice to see each and every one of your bright, smiling faces, she says, looking out to the disheveled and dirty crowd. It is not often that someone like me is accompanied by someone is in the company of those like you. And tonight, of all nights, we feast. As she says that,
Yeah.
several of the patrons, you can see they knock back, they stand up and they grab onto the other commoners, and as they do, their teeth hurl towards the neck of the unsuspecting folk. Even you can see one of them begins to go for Confessor Wilhelm, and then redirects on the other. And it seems about half of these patrons that were in here are some kind of undead.
Yep.
What are you guys doing?
So is she standing
fireball
on
at
the
the
throne
chest.
room?
Yep.
Fireball? Eldritch Blast. Same deal. Same direction.
At her or the chest, you see a fireball.
At her.
Alrighty, everyone roll initiative.
I cast protection of good and evil on myself
Alright.
for undead.
Quickly, is the lady at the table attacking us? Anyone at our table?
Nope, she's
undead?
not. She's
Alright, I'm gonna chuck,
no.
if we have an option to act on her.
No, you just roll it. You roll
We're
it.
just, we're just saying what we're doing. Okay, we don't get any kind of like a, oh, good.
I don't have advantage on these things. Did you roll a natural 20?
I rolled a 19.
Oh, I don't have
Nice.
advantage, I just rolled that one.
Oh.
I might have actually rolled 2, but I had advantage, I just did it out of habit.
Utter chaos is unleashed as all these patrons seem to be
Oh,
digging
no.
in, and
Oh,
others
no.
others are trying to fight and leave, and you can hear this sound start to Alrighty. So we'll start with Gilly. I couldn't pre-roll this because I couldn't get the initiative order off the screen.
22.
22.
This is fun.
My spell, but-
Yeah.
Well thought out, Matt.
Thank you. Sevelius, Anastasia.
6.
Oh no.
He was drinking the port.
Justice.
Oh, 22.
You have a higher dex than Gilly. Selena.
13.
Alright. Why do I keep seeing
I'm here.
You're in there. You're doing your thing. The horrible cackling ringing out from Lady Catia as half of the guests start to devour the other half. Rings out, and you can hear the ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. I'm just trying to narrate a little bit, keep it interesting while I freaking...
No, it's okay.
Was she near the chest?
Yep.
When you went to?
Yeah,
Good.
it's like up by
I
the throat.
can't
It's
see that
adjacent to the throne.
And I
yeah.
wasn't sure what that was over there.
I think that's the confessor.
Okay.
That is, yeah. Sorry, he's not
I
like
thought
that.
it might be, but I also thought it might be Lady Catia because I can't really tell.
Confessor. Hardly.
No.
Okay.
Confessor Wilhelm.
Wilhelm is one, yeah.
Lady Catia has like one square above
I
that.
can't wait to
Oh,
roll
So I
for
think
it.
like
Okay.
the chest
to
is
be
over
somebody
here.
with that
or
accent.
Perfect.
It's next to the throne.
Yeah,
My
it's
name
like
is Francis.
Right
I'm just a simple boy.
here. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm
Yeah.
a cobbler.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
So, Justice, as the zombies start to tear into the guests of the other, screams are let out, and Lady Catia cackles madly over the crowd. What are you doing? You guys all burst into action in a single moment.
Can you please scroll? I'm sorry, the map up a little bit. I'm just
Yeah.
seeing the bottom. I think 2/3.
So map up a little bit?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah. I can't
Over
see
here
what's
so I
at the
can see
top.
better.
I'm just
Yeah.
seeing. Okay, there we are.
Just gonna see.
And then
Thanks.
I'm looking for me on a table. Not
We're
seeing.
behind the thing.
Oh, I get. Would you?
Just give me a second, guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
15 things at
It
once.
should move. Oh, you have to move that.
No, not that one that you.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All
Sorry.
right, now I see me. I see myself to Lady
Perfect.
Catia.
This is about as close as I can get the map. a little closer.
If you want me to measure anything, just let me know.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
What are you doing, Justice?
40 feet.
the chest is right next to her.
Yep, it is.
I'm still going to attack her because I think. Will I get my assassinate feature on her?
You'll have advantage. She's not surprised. She was expecting a fight.
Okay. So
I'll go ahead and just roll. See what happens. Roll twice.
Okay.
So you have advantage.
Because was that or attack with my electricity thing?
They're not here to help.
Explosive barrel. With the one that is a 20 on the attack roll.
You hit. It's normal damage, I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick, did the things that we said we did happen before we rolled initiative, or are they happening after we roll initiative?
So the initiative determines the order in which the things that are happening.
Okay.
Did we skip the baddies?
Maybe if we actually got a surprise round.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
That's 15 points of damage.
15. Okay. That's your first attack.
That's my first attack, and then
You are 30 feet away from her.
I'm not going to get close to her because I do not want to risk getting murdered. So, are there any undead near me?
Not next to you, but there are two below you. You can see two of the patrons tearing in. The ones that have names on them. So Jonda and Stringer are zombies. Undead creatures.
I will go up on any of them I can get into base-to-base contact with if I need to like run along the wall or something or acrobatics over them to get to there. And I'm going to use my my additional attack against one of them.
All right, as a bonus action. Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. You have advantage. And this one is surprised.
Oh, excellent.
Yep.
So then that would count as a
Lady
crit.
Catia is not, but is zombie.
So that'll be this, and I will just double it. That is 6, 12, 16.
16 points of damage. Magical piercing, right?
Yes, and electricity.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that wouldn't be. That would be necrotic because it's my.
Right, that's 16. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Did you want to spend a key point, second attack, or it's not down? You smack into it, and the what is now you imagine a zombie that was actually pretty well disguised and had like kind of a lifelike visage or vigor to it,
Of course.
and ability to kind of perform. You smack into it, and it's just barely standing.
Barely standing. All right, I'm going to use.
That was you as a critical hit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I guess I will use a key point to do another 2 attacks on it.
Yep. So one more attack.
That's an 18 plus.
Hit?
Yep. So. Nine points of damage.
All right. So with that, but it's a critical hit, so you don't the undead constitution.
Oh yeah. That's more than that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you smack into it with a second, and your fist finds purchase as it is kind of trying to tear into this person below it. This woman is trying to fend it off with like a dinner knife, and your fist goes through the and the zombie. Is that your turn?
I used an attack, a bonus, and a move. So, yes.
All right, Gilly.
So, does Lady Catia actually look like she's undead?
I mean, she looks
Does
like
her
she looks.
visage change at all?
No,
No. Okay.
she just said that, and people started attacking one another.
So I haven't been able to cast that spell on myself yet, or
No, you can now.
okay. I sing. The bats have left the bell tower. The victims have been bled. Please for help on tables. Lady Catia's dead. Undead, undead, undead. And I cast protection against good and evil on myself.
All right, that's your action. So
That is my action. And then my bonus action, I will I will give a shout of inspiration to where's the mission? To no shit. Yeah, inspiration to Civilius.
all right, take a D8 inspiration. You move in anywhere.
How far up is this balcony?
20 feet.
20 feet. So I am within counterspelling range and all that.
You are 30
stuff.
feet away from Lady Catia.
Good. Okay. Yep.
Selena! What are you doing? You said Eldritch Blast. You sticking with it? You can...
Just.
Yes.
Alright, Eldritch Blast to whom?
If I can see the chest.
Alright.
2 beams. Woo-woo!
Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Okay. And it's 1 per beam, right? With
Yep.
these things.
Yep. Multiple attacks.
15 plus 6, so 21.
Hit.
Oh, that's a natural 1. That's shit.
That
Okay.
goes one.
1d10 worth of damage to
Alright.
a box.
Ornate
6.
chest that costs 56. 6. The
6.
beam. It doesn't quite crack open the
Oh,
chest.
fuck me.
It's
Okay.
looking damaged, but yeah,
Okay.
it rattles it.
And then
Would you like to do something with your bonus action?
I am double checking that I can or cannot do a thing with my bonus action. 2 more seconds, and no, I think I
Alright.
am.
Would you like to move anywhere?
Is that a railing?
Yep.
Then I'm going to grab Manda right next to me,
Mm-hmm.
and as strong as you are, hold on to this railing and do not let go.
Okay. You staying where you are?
And I'm gonna hold on to the railing with her.
Gotcha.
Hopefully underneath her in the way I think it's going to fall.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. The returned is actually surprised, even though because it's not expecting, even though it's like anticipating a fight, it's not expecting the level of resistance, is what I'll say. Lady Catia, just sitting there laughing. She's like, and then the dagger. Oh. Looking up at you.
Oh no.
In the Eldritch Blast.
Civilius.
Oh, okay. Fireball on top of the chest.
Okay, roll 15d6.
hang on.
I got
Not any of your
I've got
D6 back?
D6.
Your grenade is not in there, right?
Okay.
It is not.
No.
Great.
So
That's a lot of
eight-
D6, honey.
So the 8 is for the
Yeah,
fireball and the
something.
7 is for the powder keg.
Okay,
it's
So
gonna
that's a
affect
D8
this
that got in there
one.
somehow. Oops.
So roll the 8 first.
And then you said 7 for the keg?
Yep. Roll the 8 first. Tell me what you get.
15d6, guys.
This is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Ah!
That is a lot of 6.
No!
I bet you it's Mr. M, and we're blowing her load all over Lady Catia.
I mean, she's evil, obviously, so she
She's
deserves
definitely
it.
the
She does deserve
necromancer.
So 30 points of damage from the fireball.
Okay, 30 points of damage for fireball. You see the fireball smack in and a secondary massive explosion erupts from the crate and blows everything away. The fireball fire, though, rests over, and it's a 20-foot radius, and you see the 2 armed figures. It doesn't seem to affect them.
Okay.
It just kind of wafts over an anti-magic field that's around them.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
All right.
this is
So
gonna be a
the
problem.
next
Yep.
7.
I think,
Sorry, how much was that fireball damage? Shit.
30.
Thank
30
you.
even.
Shit. The fireball, the initial blast rocks Lady Catia, and she's like, and massive teeth and fangs bear from her, and she takes on a more monstrous facade.
yep.
Got her.
Like I said.
Found her.
Undead.
21.
Undead.
Where is Mr. M in all of this? Do we see him?
Yeah, he's in the back. He doesn't have a hog yet, so.
Okay.
Lady Catia's
Would you like to
dead.
move or use your bonus action?
Bonus action to Blade Song.
Okay.
And then, is it all on fire down there? or
Yeah, it
can
is
I,
all
like-
on fire. I'm setting it up.
Oh, okay.
Since we knew that things were moving, did we need to specify, like, we're grabbing on if we're not moving from the balcony? I forgot to
Probably.
mention that, but...
I mean, she told you you're prepared. It definitely helps.
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
I'm hanging on.
Fuck me.
So I will, move down towards this direction and hold on to the balcony.
Oh, poor 3.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
It's like
Wait,
this.
I have 10 extra feet of
I
movement.
think it's like that.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine.
It's just creepy
Oh,
music.
okay.
It's not.
I thought it was gonna be like that.
It is.
Who's Battle music?
This is literally my boss playlist. It's what I want for my
Okay.
battle music.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just.
If
That's
it's
fine.
too loud, let me know.
No, it's fine.
That's good.
Ah! I move things. Okay.
So that's your turn.
Yes.
Alrighty, Sophelia's sacrifice is gonna go, but is surprised because it was not expecting resistance, and so now it's springing to life. Confessor Wilhelm's turn.
Am I in the fire?
No, the massive torrent of flame crests in front of both of your faces and singes your eyebrows.
Okay.
Confessor Wilhelm is gonna go. He is going to use his bonus action, and then he pulls out a heavy heavy crossbow, points at Lady Catia, and then points it at you.
I knew
Yep. Great.
Shit.
And it will miss. So with a massive glowing bolt of a crossbow bolt that has a radiant power to it, flies by you.
So he's charmed, I take it.
Alright.
Maybe.
Zombie's turn. My god, if I didn't have enough going on in this fight. Yeah, okay.
I've got massages to this soothing. I do like the fight music. I like the
That'll do it.
I like the music. It's good.
You're a fan.
So you
It's
see
just-
Yeah.
Strangers touching me.
No.
It's my
Yep.
fetish.
No.
Oh God.
Yep.
Good luck with that.
No, that's gone. Nope, that's gone. Okay, that's 3 cocked dice in a row. Okay, that's not gone.
That
Actually,
dice
the
is
zombies, the several of the commoners seem to be able to get away from the zombies.
Good.
Nice.
Will initially get away, and then
Oh.
the attack of opportunities. That's a goner. Okay, that's not. So. So the zombies are latching on. The bystanders seem to be the priority, and they are pretty much murdering most of them at this point because the peasants initially are fending them off with like little knives and stuff, and then the moment they go to book it, the zombies just and latch onto them and begin to devour them. This person, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and arrives at a locked door.
No.
Help us! Help us! He screams out into the hallway. And I'll say one more, but God, where's she gonna go? 5.
Is it the one that I was
10.
talking to?
15.
No, I have
20.
hours.
Good.
Actually, you
have
know
hour
what? I
combat.
don't think that's actually an occupiable square. She stops there. She's gonna fuck it. She jumps
Into the flame.
and just falls into the fire and dies.
Oh,
Like
God.
she's like running scared. Like Confessor Wilhelm pushes her away, and she runs and jumps and tries to avoid the fire, but yeah, she just falls into the flames and dies.
I'm gonna save 2 of them.
So, dead, 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 dead. We'll say that person's alive. So there's 2 people left standing.
Yeah, the one by the door. Ours.
All right.
Oh gosh. Oh boy.
Oh, who's right below me?
That is just a person. That is they are alive. That's who. It is.
Okay, got it.
Justice.
You covered us up again. Sorry.
It moves back.
Yeah.
I know.
I am going to attempt to, with all the smoke and whatnot, I'm going to try to use, hold on, I'm just taking in the scene. Are the flames still licking around her?
Yep. The peasant literally just jumped into the fire and died.
God, I didn't know
It's
if
like
like
a
that was
zone
all in one
fire.
scene.
No,
none
no.
of the, okay. So I will then just chuck the dagger at her again.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have advantage on this.
Okay, yeah, she did. And she won't.
That's only a... Yeah, that's not going to hit her. That's a 9.
Miss!
So smoke and all that obscures her form. I'm going to then just cast patient defense.
All right, spend a key point. You take the dodge action. Gilly!
Oh, not blood. How does Lady Catia look?
Just hurt.
Monster.
Okay.
Vampiric.
Oh, that's probably not gonna work. I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery. Like, your party sucks, your house is a shit, and we're gonna kill all your friends because they're not alive.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Here.
She does not make it.
It's the ribbing I gave her earlier and just weakened her will so much.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm gonna cast these.
Oh my god, she's right.
5, and she's gonna have the disadvantage next.
On her next attack.
Yep.
Cool.
5 psychic damage. So that was my
Action. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to No, I want to save it. But it will. Yeah, I'm just gonna save it.
All right, you move. You're next to a vertible inferno.
I'm gonna step over here so I can still hang onto the table or something. I mean, I'm small, so hopefully I can wedge myself into something.
Would you like to take the opportunity now to declare that you're grabbing onto the table and stuff?
Yes, whatever I need to.
All right.
Can I, like, bonus action?
Yep.
Try to.
At initiative order 20, the lair actions are going to happen. So, I would like anyone who is not either occupied or adjacent. No, actually, that's an auto fail. And then, so everyone make me it looks like everyone. You guys were extra prepared. Dexterity saving throws with advantage as the floor collapses out from under you.
Nice.
Disadvantage?
Reroll ones.
3 to 5 on the dice.
Brutal.
Christ almighty. Ah! He's not
Halfling
helping me.
Look, saves my ass, guys. It went from a 1 to a 19 on the
I
die.
just realized something though. I'm fine.
Okay. All right.
24.
24. You make it. You latch on.
Okay, good.
18.
You make it. Latch on.
9.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
11
Okay.
with advantage.
Okay. So you go spilling down, even though you were like the most prepared. Like you
As I see them start to fall, I cast Featherfall as a reaction.
as a reaction.
I don't. Okay, you don't need. Oh, you need
It's
it on
okay.
her. Sorry.
Yeah, it casts on all
Sorry.
of us.
So
Thank you,
you throw out a feather and you fall slowly, which you avoid the falling damage and land on your feet downstairs. And the
Do you catch the commoner in that too?
maybe.
Yeah, I think it's what? 5
It's up to
people?
10 people.
5.
5. Oh, it's 5.
Don't cast it on me. I'll use slow fall.
And the floor indents as the trapdoor swings wide open, occupying even actually a slightly larger space than that. And you find yourself, thanks to the featherfall, sure-footed and not prone, and therefore you do not continue sliding. Yeah, into the pit, where now you can see the blood that has been exposed is rushing down into this pit, almost preternaturally so.
Yeah.
Into this opening.
Yep.
The rest of you got 10 above 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. So everyone else, you barely grab on. DC was 10.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 6 and a 7.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. So you guys are all having trouble. This floor is now slanted, and
dice
yeah,
are now
that was
jail.
initiative 20.
Okay, the dice.
Selena.
Okay, so you want to put me down at the bottom of this DS here, outside of the flamey box, wherever I've fallen?
So what, like there? Or...
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Okay, so I am going to, because I see these 3, the Lady Catia and her 2
Mm-hmm.
metal minions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get all 3 of them in a 20-foot cube?
A 20-foot cube?
Yes.
That's a 4x4. I don't believe so. No, you can't. They're 30.
Okay, can I get the one closest to Gilly and Lady Catia?
You can, yeah.
Perfect. Then I am going to erupt me some earth.
Nice! They make dexterity saving throws. What's your spell?
Yes, please, 14.
Lady Catia fails.
Ooh.
And the Helmed Horror fails as well. What was your DC?
Ooh.
Yes, 14.
Helmed horrors. No.
Okay.
Yep, fails. So roll 3d12 and tell me the
Yes,
damage.
we do.
20-foot cube. I'll draw it.
12 points of damage to both of them. For those of them that are not, it now becomes difficult terrain.
Yep. 2, 3.
And
12
so
points of
they
damage?
Can't move. 12 points of damage each. Yes, sir.
All right. Is that on the roll there? It was. Well, 20. So the earth shatters beneath and flies into her, and she reels again. And it does affect the hell door.
Nice.
So whatever anti-magics looked to be protecting them before didn't protect him from that?
Would you like to use your reaction to make an Arcana check?
No.
Okay.
I would just whatever.
Selena, did you want to use a bonus action?
Can I use a bonus action to make an Arcana
You
check?
can use a reaction to make an Arcana check.
No.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, nobody next to me needs healing, so I'm okay.
Helmed Horror. Perfect. So the returned flies up. Massive, heavy, armored form, a sword in one hand, and a shield in another, and dives towards you, Selena. Landing heavily. And actually, hold on. It's gonna take. It takes 1 point of fire damage. I'm gonna double check all of its resistances and stuff. Yep, perfect. So it just flies up over the difficult terrain and attacks you. 16 to hit.
Yes.
25 to hit. Okay.
Yeah.
You take.
I'm gonna use cutting words on the 16.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d8.
Okay. I'm gonna say, what? You can't just walk over there? It's a 5.
5? Yeah, that'll just... So, it swings with now an 11 as it looks over.
You've got lazy help!
And then the second hit does hit. You take 8 points of slashing damage from the longsword.
8 points of slashing damage. Okay.
Yep. Lady Catia's turn.
I should run away.
Lady
I should've saved
Katia
it for
flies
first.
up.
Fuck me. I should have saved
Oh,
it.
she flies too?
Yep.
I should have waited.
Everyone flies.
Welcome to Edda.
We said 24 points of damage all along.
You did.
Fuck me. Should have saved it.
She says, and she now adopts a kind of more sinister visage. She's like, there is no reason you cannot join me. As she floats over, she takes fire damage at the start of her turn for her arrogance.
I think she likes her gift.
She does.
She's going to fly over. Sevilius, I need you to make... Sevilius and Justice, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. 10, 20...
The disadvantage doesn't do anything for me.
Yep. So she begins to... As lightning begins to coalesce around her form, you've already
I know.
action.
I regretted it as soon as I did it.
Juts out, beginning to slam into you. What's your total?
18.
18, you make it.
25. 19 plus 6.
Nice.
Advantage because of patient defense.
Well, you have advantage from magical resistance.
That also.
You take 14 points of lightning damage each. That's the total after being halved.
That's after being halved.
Yep, so... And the lightning slams into you guys.
I can't use absorb elements because
Yeah, because you feathered. It's okay. I know, I couldn't
Big
counterspell
reaction.
it because I had already
it's all
cutting
good.
words.
I know.
Shit. I
But you
shouldn't have.
kept
When
me
she
from
did
flying
that,
into
Matt,
a pit.
Correct.
Yep.
Did I see,
And I
does
kept
she
you
like
from
chant
getting hit
and stuff?
more.
Is she casting a spell?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can see the wounds around her begin to close a little bit, and she is significantly damaged, but her wounds are rapidly healing. And so at the beginning of her... Okay, yep, she hadn't done it, so yeah. Sevilius Anastasia, the Prince of the Armir. You just got smacked in the face by a lightning bolt.
I did. So I am going to float on down there. Hold on, let me check something real
Did
quick.
you forget or? Okay. I don't know. I hope not.
That'll work. I think that'll work.
I believe in you. You have inspiration.
I know I do. I don't think I need inspiration for this. I just want to make sure I don't... Well, it's 20 feet down, so yeah, I'd be fine. So I float down off the balcony, because I have feather fall.
Okay.
I drop on next to her, and I say...
She's up in the air. She's flying.
Oh, how high up in the air?
20 feet.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Sorry, you can take these backsies if you need to. No wing icon now.
So I can't get within range to smack her. Okay, that changes my plan a bit. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to fireball again if she's up in the air.
Sure.
And then and I saw it wash over the other guys, right? Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna smack her with the fireball to where I don't hit Selena. Because if she's looking hurt, I'm just gonna go for it.
Roll an 8d6. Tell me what you get.
God. $34.
Nice. So you can see she spins around as the fireball tries to land on her, and it erupts. I'm getting you probably backshot it. Did you want to catch Confessor Wilhelm in it?
No.
Okay. So you backshot it, and it washes over. That's fine. And she artfully dodges it, but still takes some of the damage. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, and then I'll actually move down next to Selena.
Alrighty.
Don't get too close.
Sacrifice his turn. Yeah, it's actually about as far as he can make it. So he's gonna fly over. Ooh. Okay. Nice. He's gonna fly over and actually attack Civilius. 2 attacks. 2 longsword attacks, boss. Miss. Miss. So it swings at you twice, and you're just parrying.
Deflect.
Yep. Confessor Wilhelm's turn. You see he latches the crossbow again and aims it at you.
Just enter.
17 plus 23.
Disadvantage on the attack roll against me.
Cute.
Yeah.
Misses.
Hey.
And it's
Patient defense is boss.
Yep.
Man.
So
You can see him.
why is he trying to destroy you?
He's probably charmed.
Could be charmed.
I missed that.
With a bonus action, he's going to summon a spiritual weapon behind you.
Alright.
And make an attack. Misses. So the sword swings behind you, the spectral sword. Not your day there, Confessor. And he's going to go ahead and... So he uses action, he uses bonus action. He's going to go ahead and just jump down. And no. He'll stay where he is. Zombies' turn. So the zombies are going to start making their way. 5. Oh, look, hold on. Peasants go first. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20. And then the zombie will attack. Yeah. They're a goner. The zombie latches on as a reaction and tears that one apart.
Man.
Stringer's going to move up and attack you. Their justice disadvantage from dodge. 17 total.
I believe that just hits.
You take 4 points of damage. Bludgeoning. Yeah, the zombie is trying to... It punches you, basically. Okay.
Thank you.
These other zombies will move. They can only... Wait a minute. 1 second. Let me check out something. Yeah, these aren't slow zombies.
Is this a zombie right here?
Everything with a name is a zombie. That's a person.
That's
That's my
Amanda.
person.
Oh, right. That's Amanda.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if she fell with me.
Oh, no, she made it.
Oh, okay.
She's just hanging on up there.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15.
So.
Yeah, he stops there. 5, 10, 15, 20. They all seem to be pouring 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15. They're kind of dumb. You can see they can't quite coordinate their movements. 5, 10, 15, and they can stop there. But they all seem to be making their way either for you guys or for the person at the door who's like looking around. Oh no! They're coming for me!
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's
no.
so sad.
Oh. So bad.
Justice, it's your turn.
I am going to use my action to cast haste upon myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So you channel the machinist power of the zip zap dagger. The world slows down as you speed up. Go ahead.
and then I'm going to let's see. I'm next to Stringer, so I'm going to. Can I step forward? No, that's not a big deal. I'm going to step forward. And I'm going to chuck a dagger at her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm. Oh, I do have advantage because she's adjacent to people,
It's
right?
not an advantage. You just get sneak attack.
She's
Okay.
not adjacent. to
Oh,
us,
she's
but
floating in the
flying.
air.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She's also not adjacent, so it's just a straight attack and no sneak attack.
Okay, then I will just roll one of
Okay.
those. Yep. That is a 15.
Miss.
Okay. I'm going to.
So you have, that was your action, your hasted action, you have a bonus action.
My bonus action, I'm going to chug a greater healing potion.
Alright.
Have you been hit by anything yet?
44 plus 4, boss.
Thank you,
You
sir.
end your turn there?
Healing?
I'm.
You can fly, so it's like, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm going to fly up next to Gilly.
Okay.
Or run up next to Gilly. I've got a really high base
Yeah,
speed.
your speed is 90 right now. Giddy! Justice dashes over from you. You can tell he's all hasted.
How are you looking?
I'm damaged, but I'm chugging a greater healing potion as a virtue.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't breathe, but yeah.
I am much better now.
Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action to do healing word at first level on Civilius. And,
Back up to 4.
okay, that's 5 points of healing for you.
No.
And, that.
Almost.
And go ahead and for my action cast 3 magic missiles at Lady Catia.
Nice!
Yeah.
Just go ahead and roll damage. Tell me what you
Or
got.
I'm sorry, 3 charges. I should specify that.
Gotcha.
So that's
Oh, 3 charges?
yeah,
Okay.
3
yeah.
charges.
So it's X plus 2, so 5d4 plus 5.
Yep.
Oh shit, yeah, that's true. Damn. My bad.
12.
Alrighty, 12 points of force damage. The missiles pelt into her form. Right?
Oh wait, 12 plus the 5. Sorry. 17.
Okay.
My bad.
She looks pretty hurt
Good.
for now.
And that's all I can do at the moment.
Alrighty, at the end of your turn.
Wait, I want to move so that I want to make sure I'm still within 30 feet of her.
Okay.
So,
You
am
can move
I?
forward a little bit.
You can go reassure.
You're 25 feet.
Actually, okay, I'm fine then.
At the end of your turn, she's going to use a legendary action to fly over 5'10". She flies over to Confessor Wilhelm.
Shit.
I need your help, honey. She puts out her arm. Alrighty.
Is she casting something?
Nope. It was a legendary action to move.
Okay.
Selena!
I'm gonna healing word myself
Okay.
for 4 points of
Okay.
healing because healing word is fit with my rolls. And then I am going to be awesome. I am going to turn into a dragon.
Yeah!
Damn!
Yes. And then from there,
The fuck?
Say what now?
green wormling. I can turn into a
She
dragon.
turns into basically a small horse-sized dragon, guys.
Yep. I got my shit
That's
together.
so adorable and wonderful.
You become an
Horse stuff.
aspect of Eureka drill.
Holy shit.
You let out a as her wing. That was your action. What would you like to do? The rest of your turn.
What is the reach of the 2 thingies in front of me?
I mean, you're in base-to-base contact, so it seems about 5 foot reach. So yeah.
Okay. How tall is the ceiling?
Oh god, it's tall. It's like 30 feet.
Okay.
It's a huge, almost like converted cathedral.
And this won't be for this turn, but for next turn, if I'm above, would a 15-foot cone...
You could fly above them and just slap it onto them. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Then I will fly above.
All right. You're going to provoke attacks for opportunity. Up to you.
I lied. I'll just stay next to
Okay.
Celia's.
You can still hit them with a 15-foot
you
cone
can.
where they are.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was just trying to keep them
Alrighty.
from...
Return's turn. Return doesn't feel anything because it's a helmed horror. It just keeps swinging at you, unbothered. Actually, I don't even know their attack bonus. Hello, Matt. Hello. 14 to hit.
Misses.
Nice. This is with your dragon AC now.
Yeah,
Nice.
I've got it up.
nice. 10 and it misses again. So, and you can see the speed to this this aspect is actually pretty impressive. Lady Catia's turn. And she steals her breath, and the wounds heal a little bit more, quite a bit more. Fuck. Yep.
Running away from your guests? Come over and play.
She's like, oh no, that's quite all right. And she begins to cast a spell on
Nope.
herself.
Counterspell.
All right. What's the range of counterspell?
60 feet. I just checked.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll it, actually.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't Bill me Morgan die. And then I get Jack of all trades,
Yep.
right?
Which is +1 right now.
And plus
Charisma.
my
So it's +4 to whatever you roll.
17.
Yep. So the spell, as she begins to fade, greater invisibility, the spell fizzles. She looks up at you. She's like,
Shit. I'm always doing this.
Where are you going? Well,
Civilius Anastasia.
Not today.
okay.
Where are you going, Welp?
Hey, well, so where do you think that you are traveling?
Small one. Yeah. She's gonna
I'm double
ring hell
checking
on
the
me.
range on something.
So you can still see, guys, her wounds are rapidly
Oh,
healing.
she's relatively high up though.
So in D&D, at least this is how I run it, and this is how Matt Colville runs it. She's 30 feet away. It's just whatever greatest distance you are away, whether higher or far, you are that distance. It's non-Euclidean distance.
Yeah,
Euclidean. There you
non-Euclidean.
go.
So is she like up on the balcony? Kind of?
She's
Okay.
floating.
Got it. But like if I got up here,
Mm-hmm.
like I'd be able to hit her.
You'd be space contact. Yeah, she's next to Confessor Wilhelm. Remember? He's
Correct.
about to help her.
All right. So in that case, I will touch my dragon friend next to me.
Please cast that.
Oh.
Please use that.
Oh,
Oh, here it comes!
fuck yes!
Yes!
And,
Thunder step. So you feel a hand, and for a moment you're suspicious in your new green dragon form, and you're like, "No, I get ya." You can move your pogs, and it's a Constitution saves.
Yes.
Nice. What's your DC, boss?
15.
Nice.
Oh man.
So I'm going right there. I don't know where you want to.
Wherever you're putting me, either behind you or
You
probably,
can be within 5 feet of me.
probably next to you.
Roll 3d10 thunder, boss. They both fail.
Nice.
Why can't I can't move the
Sweetheart?
dragon? So.
Oh yeah, it's a new pog. My bad.
Either
Where
here or there, depending
has
on
to be adjacent to you.
I
So
don't think
yeah,
it
it has to be
actually-
next.
yeah, adjacent.
Yeah.
So it can be that one?
Yeah, and
Perfect.
you're yeah. Yep.
What is it? 3d10?
Oh.
Because then I can fly
9 and 7. So that
15. So one more.
Yeah.
without
Plus
hitting
10.
Sibelius.
But you'll
25
go
again!
Professor
Yeah.
Wilhelm.
I mean, it's happened in an
And
instant.
that's
There's no. It's not a boardroom meeting. Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah. 25 points of thunder damage, obliterating one of the found horrors. You hear this. And you see a Warforged-like spirit visage
Oh
leave the body.
Yep.
man.
Sacrifice is hit for the first time. Thunder damage blows it back. Is that your turn?
I believe so. I don't think I have anything to do with my bonus. Yep.
I don't know if everyone has the striking blow. I'm hoping that I'm in proximity. I'm moving over to her next turn.
Take your hand away from your face.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
That's my point.
So I'm.
So Sacrifice is gonna fly. No. Sacrifice is gonna fly to Gilly because of that kind of stuff.
Yep. But if it's undead, it has disadvantage.
It is not technically undead.
Is it any do I have to? Is it
You do have
anything
to
that falls
specify.
within?
You have
I
to
did
specify
specify
one.
undead. Okay.
Why am I BMing? 16 to hit.
Yeah.
21 to hit.
Yeah.
So you take 18 points of magical piercing damage. Regular piercing damage.
Yep. And I hadn't gotten a chance to cast that other thing on me yet, so that's...
So slicing into. Destroy her!
How much? You said 18?
16, sorry, 16. Should have
Unfortunately, this isn't my lair.
been. No, you don't get layer actions. Confessor Wilhelm's turn. Confessor Wilhelm chants and puts hands on Lady Catia. Restorative energy coursing through her body.
No, that's not what I wanted.
It damages her because she's a vampire?
8. No, this isn't 3rd edition. 8. Heals her quite a bit. 3rd level cure wounds. Didn't roll very well. So the radiant energy and her heals close ever
What
more.
are you looking for?
No, it's just the way that they
Where
do
is
hit
Dominus
points
when we
and
need
stuff
it?
is different now.
Oh, that's right.
Lady Catia, at the end of Confessor Wilhelm's turn, uses a legendary action to move without provoking an attack of opportunity. 5, 10. Oh, wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and she's flying.
Is the flame still there?
Yeah, but it's not licking high enough. She's 30 feet up. So she's like almost towards the ceiling, and she begins to bear down on you, Gilly. Rigor! Or, well, the zombies' turns. This zombie's going to attack the dragon. Misses. So, you see a zombie lumber towards you, boss. 5, 10. Oh, no, it would just stop here. Lumbers towards you, Civilius. Miss. And you're just like... taking you back to the time you fought them in the mines. 5, 10,
Oh, no.
15, 20. Well, no, it would stop there. It's a zombie.
This is the worst.
So and then this one, 5, 10, 15, 5.
Oh, there's zombies too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Everything with a name is a zombie.
Those two don't have names.
Because of the properties. For love of God, roll 20.
It's okay.
Why are
It's
names
fine.
showing the default? You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
super.
I don't know.
It's probably so the DM doesn't potentially
Yeah,
give something away.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Right, now
what's-
they should have names.
There was Bahamut all along.
Yeah, like the man with the carries, yeah. Canaries. Zombies. So, one actually... 22 to hit. I don't know. Does that hit you?
Yes,
I think it does, yeah.
it does.
22 to hit.
Such a-
Take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And the other one misses. Then she stopped there because he was there. This one's going to start lumbering. 5, 10, 15.
Oh, Amanda.
I would say no. No, would she have moved? No. There's really nowhere for her to go, unfortunately. I'm going to say, actually, there was probably a time where she moved like here. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, and then the home horror. Well, I'm just saying, like, preemptively.
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
Oh.
Right in front, just the blood splatter.
So yeah, the zombie is chewing into this commoner. She's screaming and screeching. The blood going all over you.
It's like that scene in the Psycho. I don't react.
Justice. It's your turn, boss.
Okie dokie.
Squaring off with the helmed horror.
I guess I will just try to unload on it because that's the best thing that I can do.
Yep.
It hit me kind of a lot.
I know, and that's why I'm trying to deal with it. So, first attack is a 22.
Hit.
$19 points of damage.
19. Nice. Very hurt.
Very,
That's nice.
very high. That's my first attack.
Yeah.
My hasted attack.
Zip zap dagger as well.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I have advantage, right? Because I'm in.
It's not advantage. You just get
Just
sneak
sneak
attack.
attack.
You've already rolled. You can only roll once.
All right. So
Hit.
that's a 22. I do not get sneak attack on this, but I do get my zip zap dagger damage. So that's 4 plus 4, 8.
8 points of damage. Slamming into it with the zip zap dagger. Okay.
Still
standing. Very hurt.
I'm going to use
bonus action punch, or
I'm going to use bonus action punch.
Okay. Just one roll.
And then
Same roll, right?
Same roll.
Yeah. 22 hit. So don't roll the necrotic. These things are immune to necrotic.
Okay.
Yeah. Magical bludgeoning. You good to go?
That is 7 points of damage. Key point?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, try to attack it. Hit, and it had 1 hit point.
Oh, yes.
Bam! So you're like squaring off with this thing as it's like, it is really hard to hit. Like, you find purchase a few times, you're like, nope, redirect, bam, bam! And then you're like kicking around like a windmill, and it's like, and you just go, and the head spins off, and you see a Warforged spirit leave its body.
Do they look different than other spirits?
Yeah, they do in the Helm's Horde. They do.
Oh.
So that was my attack, my bonus. I'm not going to just run away and leave you.
Yeah, Lady Catia is bearing down. This is all happening at once. She's like,
So I'm going to step forward and place myself between Gilly and Lady Catia.
all right.
She will have disadvantage on
At the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, can I do one thing on mine
Yeah.
still, please? Two things. One, can I see, is M still just standing there?
Go ahead and roll perception.
That's a 12.
He's gone.
All right, and then I'll say, and mentally, while I'm punching the shit out of that guy calmly, no? Okay.
Standing, she is now bearing down you 1 legendary action to move at the end of Justice's turn. That happens.
Thank you.
At the same time, a large, a cat appears on the shoulder of Justice and goes and lashes out at Lady Catia.
Hey!
Actually, she's gonna cast a spell. Actually, no, she's gonna attack. That's with advantage since she was invisible. Second attack. Oh, this thing cocks so often hit. Roll 20.
Oh my god.
Nice. So
I like
6. So 20.
I like it.
6. Second attack is normal. But then they're not immune to 10 again. Jesus. So you see like these claws that have this poisonous kind of sting to them slash into from the tiny little cat-like form of Mrs. Kilgas. And you can see Lady Catia completely taken off guard from the critical strike into her neck. And you can see her blood is now poisoned and she's coursing in pain.
Poison works.
36 points of damage from her attacks.
Nice!
Yeah.
So,
It is now your turn.
okay. She's not a Fey vampire, right?
No, she's not a That was just me messing with you.
Parlay.
But it was also like relevant.
Right. So I didn't think
Yeah.
it was gonna be a thing, but I'm asking anyway. Okay. So, how hurt does she look right now?
Hurt.
Okay. That changes what I was gonna do. I'll just 3 more charges.
Alright. So just like point blank as she bears down on you can see she is going to either
Sticking it in
grapple
her
you and
mouth.
bite you all at the same time. She is just going giving it her all.
That's caught. Oh gosh. Where's the other one? Okay. Nothing below a 2, guys.
Nice.
4, 4, 3, 3, 2. So let's see.
That's 12.
8, 10. No, that's 16.
Is it? 4?
16 plus 5 is 21
Plus
points of
6,
damage.
plus 2.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
So the force, the as she reels already from this poisonous attack.
And I'm going to use a 2nd level healing word on myself.
All right, 2d4 plus your modifier of 3. Roll it. Lady Catia's turn, unless you plan on moving.
What happened to me?
Oh, because I deleted your pog. My bad. Because I forgot to. What was your
8,
initiative? Do you know?
13.
13. My bad. Good call.
Yeah, so it
Yeah, 'cause I changed the pod.
right before Lady Catia.
Yeah. Lady Catia hasn't gone yet.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Selena.
So can I poison breath these 3 without getting
Yep.
Sibelius?
Yep. That perfectly works out.
Yes, please.
You can. Yeah, go ahead. So they what? It's a dexterity, no, Constitution saving throw.
That's a Constitution save.
Let's see about zombies. Zombies are immune to poison, unfortunately, but Professor Wilhelm is caught in it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That fails. What's your DC? Just double check.
11.
He fails. Damn.
66. Do you want me to roll it or use the middle?
Yeah, you roll it. You roll it. Averages are for monsters.
5, 10.
So the whelpling, the medium-sized whelpling that releases kind of like a very large Great Dane, almost sized dragon or a small horse, releases a torrent of poison.
That's 15, right?
The zombies are inured.
Oh, man, guys. Is it hot in here? Or is it just me terrified of getting killed by a vampire?
31 points of
You'll
damage.
get over it.
Holy shit!
31 points of
That's a lot of
poison
5s.
Yeah!
As the poison blasts Confessor Wilhelm in the face, you see him seize up and he goes down.
Oh. Oh, no.
Is he dead or just down?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yep, that happened.
What is there anything you'd like to do with your move? You don't have any bonus actions.
No. I will move up forward 1, so if either of those run away from me, I have an opportunity to attack.
Let's say at this point the fire mostly dies down. You move up 1 like that. Did I hear that correctly?
Between Sibelius,
Thank you.
so this middle, yeah, basically on the table.
Cool.
So if either of them run away from me, I can bite them.
Alrighty. Lady Catia's
God.
turn.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm like sliding over.
She is incredibly hurt.
Yeah, okay.
You were the one. I should have been after you the whole time. The Omega. At the beginning of her turn, she heals, and you can see some of the wounds heal up.
Shit.
Not like in radiant or anything. So. All right. And she, her claw, moving with breakneck speed, spins out.
Disadvantage
at you.
if she's undead.
Very good call. She is.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I save myself from a crit?
You did not.
Oh.
However, it's the same roll both times.
Oh.
21. 12 and 12 plus 9.
I'm gonna try to cutting words.
Okay.
My last one. I'm just gonna say, you need to brush your teeth.
Got garlic breath.
It's a 4.
15.
It hits still.
Yep. So, whew, she's not going to deal damage to you. She grapples you instead as part of her vampire.
Oh no.
And then opening her jaw, practically unhinging it in kind of a supernatural way. You're grappled by her.
No, guys.
She doesn't.
You don't have a reaction or anything you can do?
Natural
Stand
20.
right there?
I have
At
nothing.
disadvantage still.
Yeah.
I have nothing I can do.
19 on the die. You take 7 points of piercing damage and 10 necrotic damage, and your
Okay.
maximum hit points
Yep.
are reduced by 10.
1 second. So, 7 and 10, right?
Yep, 7
So-
and 10. 7 piercing, 10
Right.
necrotic, and Lady Catia heals.
Okay.
And your
And then
maximum
my
hit
max
points are reduced by
drops.
10.
She just stole your...
Yeah, she did.
She drained the life. And you can see the wounds heal even more rapidly as she sinks her teeth into Gilly and begins to drink her blood. And she's lifting her with her preternatural strength. Just drinking the blood from Gilly's neck. Sibelius!
How do I change my max?
You can just, like, write it down, let your max is reduced by 10. Like,
There
you
we go.
can't
I
roll
did
it.
it.
Okay.
I
They
figured
had
it
a
out.
thing. Sibelius! You guys can look over and see that Gilly is in the throes of this vampire.
Guys,
And
help!
she doesn't seem to be letting go of that bite anytime soon.
Okay.
We can thunder stuff again.
That's what I'm actually thinking doing.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know what else.
3 targets.
to do.
90 feet teleport, I'd do it.
No, more than 3 targets, it's 10 feet. So it's 4.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty
Do it.
ridiculous. Yeah. So I'll look at the worm and be like, here we go.
Fail, fail, fail.
Oh.
It's a level 4
That was
too,
all, yeah.
because I'm at a level 3 slots.
Okay, and then I
So
can
it stepped
fly, so you can drop me off, and we
That was
can just
level
surround
4?
Lady Catia.
Yeah, it's a level 4. I still can't.
So you just have to appear in an adjacent square and you can, gotcha. So yeah, I'll set the properties right there. They have to be adjacent to Sibelius.
Yeah, I'm up top. I'm above her.
I was just
Yeah.
clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay, got the things changed. So 4d10 boss, roll it if you cast it at level 4.
I did. I don't have any 3rd level slots left.
Oh
so-
no! This is important.
Oh God, he's in there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh no. So you hit 5 people.
But is he in?
He's still
Oh,
a
it's
creature.
a creature.
You have to do his maximum to kill him. Maybe you
Yep.
won't do it.
Maybe.
Maybe you will.
So that's 14. 14 plus 8, so 22.
Are you sure on 4d10? You rolled 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I rolled lower.
All right. That's okay. So 22. That's perfect. The zombies had 22 hit points. 1, 2,
Damn.
4.
We knew.
And Confessor Wilhelm's body, you see it like scatter over, but he might still be alive. He didn't separate into parts like the zombies did.
Good.
I'll say 2 death, and then I'll roll for him.
Yeah.
He made his death save, so he has 2 failures and 1 success.
Oh,
So,
man.
is that the end of your turn, boss?
Yeah.
All right. At the end of Sevilia's turn, she is going to use a legendary action to bite you again, Gilly. She still has disadvantage. I need you to make a concentration check.
I forgot about that. Sorry.
The DC is 10. Constitution saving throw.
Made it.
All right,
11.
you are still grappled. She can use a legendary action to bite for 2 actions, so she's going to. Still disadvantage.
Yep.
13. Still hits. Damn.
Yep.
So you take 7 points of piercing,
Yeah.
10 points of necrotic. So she has grappled Gilly, and Gilly is trying to fight, and Gilly's screaming and kicking and like trying to use some of her spells. You can see. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
And you can see.
That's a natural 20.
Nice. You can see the wounds rapidly healing on Lady Catia. The zombies begin to move.
So then poison breath acts, so I have to roll a d6.
At the start of your turn, yep.
Okay, that's what I thought.
This person's dead. 1 attack against you, which missed. Justice, it's your turn. Top of the round, you can see Gilly is on death's door, probably, based on your perspective.
My max went down again, right?
Yep, 20. Yep.
Can
10, sorry.
in the past, we've been able to use a standard action to pour a healing potion down someone's
that's the
skull.
rules. Yep.
Can I do that to somebody who's being grappled?
I mean, the rules don't say you can't. Go ahead.
I
Go
do
ahead.
that.
All right.
So I'm going to pour a greater healing potion
4d4 plus 4
down your throat.
Thank you.
with your regular action. Gotcha.
Yep. Because I still have everything else.
Yep.
So that's 12, 13, 17 points of damage.
All right, and now
I
you
mean,
can- you've lost
dead.
20 total of your maximum. You cannot heal
I know.
into it.
I'm aware.
Okay.
all right. Now I'm going to unload on
All
the
right.
lady.
Hasted action, attack with the dagger.
Yes. Okay. Nope. That's an 11.
All right.
And then I'm going to use bonus action to try to martial arts her. So
Okay.
2 attacks. I'm just going to roll both my dice.
Guess you won't do that.
Nat 20 on
Oh!
one, and then only a 13 on the other.
All right, and this is with your fist, the nat 20?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and just roll. There's no necrotic. She's immune, of course. So just roll the regular d4. Or the 2d4 and add your modifier.
Yep.
Oh, this is bad.
6, 12, 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. You whack into her kidney. That's, was that all your attacks? Did you key point for double fists?
I did, and I rolled a 13 on
16,
the...
okay.
Yeah, on the
16, yeah. That's actually a pretty good hit. You slam into her kidney, and yeah.
And that was action bonus. Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. The end of Justice's turn. She's going to use her 1 legendary action remaining to lift up with you without provoking an attack of opportunity as a vampire. 10 feet up. Actually, she's going to go 30 feet away with Gil. Oh, she moves at half speed because she has grappled. 5, 10, 15. And she's now standing in the middle. You are now with her in the middle of the hall. Gilly, it's your turn.
I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself at 3rd level.
Nice! 15 temp, bypassing the maximum hit roll rule. Holy shit. That's
Nice.
boss.
So I
Gangster move.
on myself, I sing, my patron is cold as ice. She's willing to sacrifice your unblood.
The ice calling on Morgan's power. The ice coalesces around your form, these armored spikes.
Is there anything that Lady Kilgast can do? I'm sorry, I didn't know if that was a one-time
Oh, yeah,
thing.
sorry. No, yeah, she's there. She's going to go ahead and I should have added her on the thing.
Yeah. You should
Like,
maybe just have her go at the same time as Justice.
That is what I was doing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mrs. Kilgast is going to jump over. She jumps onto your shoulder, Gilly, and she is now next to you, and she's gonna make 2 attacks. She's still invisible.
I'm gonna give her inspiration because I mean, is this happening like?
Yeah, sure.
I give
Oh no, it was before your turn technically, but
Okay.
actually, since it's happening after, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll give her inspiration.
She still has advantage.
Oh no! You know what? I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Never
Okay.
mind. I
I
can't.
still have your inspiration because I haven't made any rolls or anything.
Yeah.
These tiny little imp
I forgot I've
things.
already used it twice, so. And then the
I've
inspiration
been
I
doing
gave
a
to
whole
you.
bunch of like AoE stuff that doesn't actually need any roll.
I didn't add my sneak attack damage when I attacked her.
Roll it. Was that on the net? That wasn't on the net 20 though.
That was the only time I hit.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Roll it.
Oh!
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sitting here looking at my flow chart. That would have been an additional 10 points of damage.
And that's 2d6 doubled?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 and a 1 times
Gotcha.
2.
Well, how much was it? Sorry,
10.
All right.
Sorry, didn't mean to pull that out of the end.
So Lady Kilgast is now tearing into Mrs. Kilgast is tearing into Lady Catia. And with that extra little bit of damage, Lady Catia is still up, just barely hanging on. Selena, it's your turn.
Alrighty.
Roll a d6.
So, the 1.
Nope.
Okay, then I'm gonna fly over there,
Mhm.
and I don't want to.
Claw the
Poison.
shit out of her.
You can
Yeah,
ignore the
and,
thing you're flying in.
I'm gonna bite down.
All right. You have more than one attack as a...
No, it's just bite or
Okay.
poison breath.
Okay.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh.
No. And I don't have anything. Yeah, I missed completely.
All right.
And it's her turn and she's healing up. Fuck me, fuck me, fuck me!
And then I can't do any magic as a dragon, can I?
Mhm. No, you can't. That was your action, so...
Well, I was thinking bonus action healing would, but I can't do any
You
magic.
could drop out of your form and do it, but you'd fall. Oh, no,
Yeah.
you have flying boots. You could drop out of your form and heal Gilly if you wanted to.
You don't have your boots on.
She on a 2.
Okay, then,
because
yeah.
of the staff.
Shit, a lot going on. Fuck me.
Okay,
That your turn?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Still has disadvantage.
She does. Lady Catia's turn, as she's going to bite down on you, boss. At the beginning of her turn, since no one that was cocked, I can't take it. At the beginning of her turn, since she hasn't taken radiant damage, or in sunlight, or in running water, she heals. So, I can't. That was not a roll. I can't take that. Even though it was monstrous. And then disadvantage, 18.
It hits.
Okay.
She takes 15 points of cold damage.
She sure does.
And I'm assuming my temp will go mostly away, if not completely away.
Yeah, you take the 7 points of piercing and 10 points of necrotic. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
she's
So I
fine.
take 2 points of actual damage. Okay.
So the cold juts into her, and you see her reel back, and then she heals a bit from the bite, from biting you.
If my max hit points go below what my current hit points are at, that means what?
That's what.
That I lose those hit points then? Also?
You're unconscious. I'm confused. Sorry.
No, if my max hit points go below what my current hit points are.
Oh, then you should be unconscious. Like if your max are dropping, you're taking the damage.
Then I'm taking the damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So my...
You take the 10 and your max.
Because I was at
damage.
25, but now
Yeah.
I'm going to drop down to my max hit point. It's going to be at 22. So
So
my
your
current hit
maximum-
points will be at 22 then. Yeah?
The target dies. Yeah, you're dead.
I'm not dead.
Yeah, I'm reading the effect.
Wait,
So your maximum is
my max is at 22.
Is your maximum 0 right now?
No,
Oh,
22.
Then you're okay.
Yeah,
But my
you're-
current was at 25.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm asking. So
We
my
will-
current will
when
drop
you
down.
asked it, you said what happens when it maximum reaches 0.
No,
No.
No.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she
I see where you're coming
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
but she asked it weird.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
but-
it keeps reducing it by 10 every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, alrighty.
I would be dead. If
So Velius' turn. Yeah,
Right.
it's time.
I'm going to, I believe I'm within 15 feet of her. No, I will move to be within 15 feet of her. So I can move down 1, right?
Mhm.
And then...
Mhm.
Good? Okay, lightning lure.
Okay, nice.
She makes a strength saving throw.
She does.
Oh.
DC 15.
She makes it.
Oh,
19 on the die.
Okay.
Brutal.
Yep, that's all I can do then.
Alrighty. Tobias' turn. Zombie's turn.
Can I? Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I can as a bonus action, like throw the vial of holy water or anything. Can I?
No, it's an action. But
Yeah.
It would stop your healing though if you use an action to do it. Alright, fuck. 5, 10. Oh, jeez. 15, 20. Justice! Miss. Justice, it's your turn, boss.
I'm going to throw my dagger at her twice.
Okay. Action. Throw dagger.
And I don't get it. I don't
Anything?
get.
Nope, but you would get sneak attack.
That is a 16.
Hits.
Okay.
In fact, I believe that it's dead on the money. She's on a warforged, so. Yep, hits.
So this
exactly.
is zip zap, so I get this, plus this, plus
Yep.
this.
Yep.
And sneak attack.
Yep, I
Yep.
got it now.
Nice.
Okay, so that's 11. No, that's not. That's 9, 13, 15, plus 4 is 20. 19 points of damage for the first one.
Okay.
And then second
I
one.
have a vial of holy water.
Well, it's in.
Just go ahead and roll
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
You're
Never
not
mind.
there.
It's the way haste works.
You have a vial of holy water!
Yeah.
Well, no,
You have holy water!
I can throw it, but it is a like what's it called?
2d6 radiant. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
And
that was a
Hit.
14 on the dice. 8 points of damage.
8 points. Okay.
Yeah. And the reason I'm not doing it is because
It's
it's,
fine, it's
it's
fine.
improvised weapon,
It's
and
fine.
I would
Yep.
I'm not
It's fine.
proficient.
So go
It's
ahead, and what would you like to do with your bonus action?
I
You'll
was
fly
trying
up
to
and
pull
punch her?
towards me.
I will fly it, but I'm out of key points.
You can still do one as a bonus.
Okay. Oh yes, that's right. I will fly up there, and I'm gonna try to kick her in the fucking face.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if no, I'm not very strong. I was gonna try to wrestle Gilly out of her grasp.
Vampires are really strong.
Nope, miss.
Kilka? Or...
Yeah.
Lady.
This is Killgast.
Mrs. Kilgast.
Mrs. Skillgast. I just keep calling her a lady. forever.
Your itty bitty imp. Checking something.
I'm just yelling at you into chronic.
So where did you
Keep
move?
yourself alive.
I can understand
Where'd
you.
you move out?
You can't.
Yeah.
Oh, just I'm above. So just put me behind her.
It's what I'm
Let
trying.
me look at what improvised weapon rules are.
Alrighty. Mrs. Kilgast looks at you, Gilly, as she begins to kind of remember who saved you.
And miss.
Oh no.
So a lot of dice.
It's just the imp poisoning you. And with that, Mrs. Kilgast steals the kill.
Oh
She had
my
5 hit
God.
points left. And Lady Catia had 5 hit points left. And Mrs. Kilgast rakes her across the neck. And Lady Catia... and blood spurts out. As that happens, Lady Catia turns into mist.
Of course she does, yeah.
And you fall.
Can I catch her?
No, you cannot. But oh, actually, no, you cannot. No, not as a reaction. But you can.
How high up is she?
20 feet. 30 feet, actually.
Feather fall.
So sorry, boss.
So you avoid the
very
damage. You would have taken 15 points of fall damage.
Would have. That's good
Yep.
that I didn't.
So you land, bleeding profusely, massive wounds in your neck, gaping, and you see around you the disturbed earth that you fall into, and zombies that are still around.
I think I'm at the same max hit points as when we basically started the streak. But our game
At level 4, yeah.
at level 4.
That's fine.
This is not good for me, guys.
All right, your little imp saved the day.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Is that mist flying? Is it still visible?
It's still visible for now. Gilly, it's your turn.
Moonbeam on it.
Okay. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw. What's Moonbeam?
I'll double check it. It's con. And yep, con. And I'm attuned, so that means it's a DC 15 because I'm attuned to the rod. Right?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
just reading over something.
What's invisible? I missed.
She's turned into a mist.
To try to escape.
Oh, got it.
She's gonna retreat to her freaking coffin.
So yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but
yeah, the moonbeam, and you now lose protection from evil,
No.
and it has no effect. It's not sunlight, so it won't need water.
It was the only thing I had. It's radiant damage. So.
Right. Yeah.
And it does do half on a failed save. So.
Yeah. She can't take damage right now.
Okay.
All right. So.
Oh.
Yeah. She's a mist. Just a gorilla in the mist is what she is. Sorry if I have to keep moving.
Where is she going?
She hasn't moved yet.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, Lady Catia as a mist form is going to fly 5, 10, 15, 20, and then that'll get her down, even though it's not Euclidean, because you still have to move that anyway. And she is now hovering above. Well, she could take the dash act. No, that's not her turn. It's a legendary action. So, yeah, Selena.
Alright, so she's a mist.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know she can't take damage of the mist?
You just saw her not take damage.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to fly over to Stringer.
Okay. Well, you can move the pods now. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Just kind of like so. That's
Yeah,
okay.
I got it. Sorry.
Yeah, close enough. And then I will bite.
All right, roll 1d20 plus
8.
hits.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Zombies have an armor class of 8.
Nice.
Yep.
Alright, 2 plus. So 2 piercing damage plus 5 poison damage.
All right, they don't take poison. Remember from your breath. So you bite into it. Could you roll your d6 for your? You roll your d6 for your strength, or for your recharge?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not.
I can't either.
No.
Okay, and then you have a strength modifier as well, Tim.
Yeah, +2. Strength modifier. You did a bite.
Yeah, so 2 plus 2 is 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought you rolled a
already-
4.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
I only
I'll stay
heard
on
2.
your
I only heard 2.
Oh, then 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I could have sworn.
So that's your turn, Selena.
Yes. I think so.
Alrighty, with her legendary action at the end of your turn, she disappears into the hole and the mist to form. You do know. So, as she disappears into the mist form, and the zombies actually fall. You do know that it takes them some time to regenerate. Glitch would have told you. You do know that. And as she disappears into it, and you can feel the life force having been drained from your body, we're going to go ahead and call it
Oh, damn.
the vampire disappearing into the hole.
Guys.
Shit! That was really close.
Before we...
Hey, we're still up.
I was gonna say, before we call it, can I try to heal not Professor Vasilier, the Confessor, just to, like,
Feel
can we
him.
tie him up and I can...
He's dead.
Fuck. Okay. Should I revivify him?
Yes,
Well,
probably.
We will answer those questions when we come back next week.
Okay.
Wow.
Let their own take care of their own if he's important enough.
The game is over!
Yeah,
Hello!
we're done.
No, but like this is just me as a player.
Yeah, but we're still on stream, so the game's over.
Yeah.
So let's not be players anymore. Alright,
I'm Chase
folks.
Schneider.
We
Oh,
will
man.
see you next week in the wonderful world of Edda. Thank you for everyone who followed and tuned in. 51 followers now. Lots of new faces, and we love each and every one of you that joined in. Does anyone want to say anything?
Thanks for watching. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye
Thanks.
bye.
What do I say? Hold on.
Oh.
Cheers. You guys have the board and stuff.